The Wild Wild West.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon. Lemaire, Nate, thank you. Sean, obviously on the ones and twos, possibly threes and fours over there as well.
What about the 6 and 7s?
What the hell's going on? Dude, come on, man. Come on. I told you what my daughter thinks about that crap. So happy my kindergarten daughter thinks that shit's bullshit. I was like really worried. I went to a thing at her school recently and it was like I watched all the kids. So they're like, fourth graders at pepper. I was like, fourth grade, can I hear you? And like, ah. But every little kid would just go, and I was like, that kind of is disappointing to watch a kid get swept up into a mindless craze. And yeah, my daughter brought it up to me last night, and I was like, no, my sweet fucking angel. I told you guys, she goes, Dad, people who say that are like zombies. I was like, yes, dude.
Dang, she's already
Good job. She's just, I didn't condition her thinking on it at all. I was just like, never even brought it up to her. And she was like, Dad, it kind of pisses me off of my my people. All they do is count. They're like in that range of like kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. She counted to 49. That was as high as she could get.
Nice.
She tapped out. She's looked at her teacher and she goes, that's all I know. I know up to 49. She like for real felt bad about it. Because you don't know what like your kids are going through at school, but like we're at home and I found this out from PTA that she's like insecure about not counting to 100. And then like at home, she's been begging me to count to 100. And I don't know if you ever like had someone beg you to count to 100. You're like, fuck no. We're not fucking counting to 100 right now. Counting to 100 sucks.
It does suck.
It fucking blows. Especially I'm already tired. I'm driving. She's like, can we count to 100? I'm like, no. Found out my poor sweet child was embarrassed to only count to 49 because I've been lazy. So we've been counting to 100 big time in the house. Yeah, I got to get at it. Well, anyway. What's going on with you guys before we delve into
I was going to say, ChatGPT, you ever ask it to count to 1 million? It's always like, all right, I'm going to start. And it goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is going to be a long time. I can keep going if you want me to. Like, yeah, 4, 5. You sure you want me to keep going? Like, ChatGPT is very weary.
Yeah, because we're wasting a gallon of water every time. Every time you do that, there's a gallon of water sprayed onto some fucking server. That's why I said, why should I do this?
Yeah, I'm wasting your resources.
Although that would be cool though to have like a TV in your house that's just ChatGPT constantly counting to 1 million.
Yeah.
Or just like counting, like you move into a house, it's like, bro, start the clock now.
Yeah.
I want you to count like that way I know how many seconds I've been in this house. That'd be kind of a bug out, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Just counting how long you're in the house.
Yeah, or doing like math problems. Just like, yo, do like advanced calculus. I'm gonna have people over and have like just advanced calculus going on in the background.
Use AI to figure out Bitcoin math.
Like
so you can have it mine a Bitcoin for you.
Doubt it, bro.
It's probably dark web AI.
They would be doing this right now.
Yeah, if it was possible. They're probably already doing it.
I don't know. Isn't it? Okay, you don't even need AI because a computer does that anyway. You have a computer do that for you already.
But like if you have AI, it's just going to get smarter and smarter. And it's going to figure out how to solve it easier.
Oh, how to solve the
mining number.
Speaking of which, I have my Bitcoin book right there.
What the
Gradually then Subtly. It's about Bitcoin. Never read it, but it's cool to think about. Yeah, that's how they mine Bitcoins. There's a math problem that gets increasingly harder or easier depending on how many people can solve it. And that, it's fucking really weird. And so they want to control the supply of Bitcoin, so they make like the more Bitcoins are out there, the harder that problem gets to solve. You need more computational power to solve this crazy formula that then renders you 1 Bitcoin for solving it.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
But also, 1 Bitcoin's $300,000 now.
I don't know. When you hear about that, it's like
I thought it was 100,000 or something. It just dropped, didn't it?
Did it drop?
I don't know.
I was dropping this morning.
My thing with the Bitcoins, like you hear that, like, oh, it's actually based on a math problem. It's like, can't we just? How about war? Can we just do? Let's just do a war-based currency. Just don't win. How about this? How about you make money and I'll blow your fucking city up? Now you use my money,
dude. Man, I've been thinking about this.
What you got?
I think the double slit experiment is actually like a quantum experiment.
It is a quantum experiment. What are you talking about?
I didn't know.
It's like the foundational experiment of quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
and dude,
simulation theory.
Double slit is when they realized you can use the pussy of the butt. No, it's the slit experiment is when they shot a particle through a slit, and then if they shot like light through a slit, and they were like, we've talked about this before. It's like if light's a particle, it'll hit like you'll see the little particles on the other side. If it's a wave, it'll come through here, and it turn out to be both. So that's kind of like that's like one of the bases of quantum physics.
Doesn't it act different if you're looking at it?
That's
too?
the quantum theory.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
That's the quantum theory
It's
of
the
it.
observer effect.
Yeah, dude. That's
How do you
what
feel about that? How do you feel right now that I'm observing you? You feel wave-like or particle-like? Yeah, I don't really understand. That's the shit that I like. I'm like, this is cool, and I try to learn about it. I'm like, I have no idea.
Like where to begin.
Dude,
It's science fiction.
It is science fiction.
Well, a lot of the quantum physics gets kind of taken by spiritual guys who are like, I fucking knew my spiritual shit was right. And they go, because quantum physics, then you just get like so confused. You go, yeah, fuck it, you're right, dude. That's probably how it works.
That's what the lady won the Nobel Prize for this year, was basically making electrons jump from a place to another place.
Superposition.
Teleport?
Yep. Yeah.
She
Just
really
with
did
electrons.
that?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently quantum physics is true, but it's like so confusing.
Yeah.
It's just small. It's just really small physics.
Yeah.
But it can get big, right? If we get good enough.
Yo,
at
now
it.
we're on to something now.
It's a big ass quantum.
Yeah, you go small and then it comes out. Yeah.
It is small. And it's actually, it's so small you can't even, it's like theoretical how small it is.
Yeah, dude.
But I like what you're saying. We can get stuff to come here now.
Yeah.
Get some big electrons.
You know, why the fuck is big shit so hard to move? That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Wait till we get the teleportation gun. Just
Yeah.
portal gun.
Portal gun would be nice. Yeah, while we're on the such advanced topics, I actually read something recently about consciousness, how people try to say, well, consciousness is just inherent in matter and it's just like a byproduct of matter. But the argument this guy was making against it was like, no, it's not, because like when they say like, there's liquid that turns to ice, that turns to gas, they all share a common substratum, which is the particles themselves that are now just moving faster or slower, that, whether it's ice or fucking boiling.
Yeah.
But they say consciousness has no common substratum in that sense, if that makes sense.
Like
There's no bound up thing of particles that a thought, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I regret it already. Guys,
Yeah,
let's talk about Montezuma. I thought that was cool until I said it out loud.
that is cool, dude. That's pretty cool.
It is cool, but then I'm like, your brain's made out of particles, but your thoughts aren't.
Not your consciousness. Your consciousness is quantum.
Exactly, bro. Now we're on the same fucking page. That's kind of the use for quantum mechanics, as far as I'm concerned. If there's something I can't explain, I go, well, dude, it's all clearly bound to quantum mechanics. Explain those. Be like, they're also unfortunately bound to quantum mechanics. So,
You got the blue lights on?
oh yeah, but I got my new pair of the yellows right now. Guys, we're okay. So I like that. We got a little refreshing banter, and you guys feel free to slip into that. And I hope you enjoyed that refreshing banter. Now we're on. Now we're on to the meat. We're grizzling on the. We're just nibbling around on the gristle. Now we're on the meat of the bone, and we are going to talk. This is chapters 7 through 9 of Conquistador. Which, sorry for the wait. I mean, I really built it up to a point where, Montezuma had just invited Cortez, finally, after eluding him, after potentially trying to kill him, as you remember, Nate. They led him to Cholula. It was a trap.
What that city mean again? The real name?
Oh, the name of Tenochtitlan?
Yeah.
That is the City of Dreams.
The City of Dreams. Okay,
Cholula is named after a hot sauce. So a lot of hot sauce towns in Mexico. There's Tabasco. There's Tabascans. It's just like hot sauce battles.
Yeah, Valentina's.
Baskins versus Cholulas versus the Franks.
Yeah.
Texas Pete came later. Texas Pete came later and took half the country. So we left off Lemaire to bring you up to speed. The general gist. Cortez coming from Spain. He basically was commissioned by his Lord Patron, Velasquez, from Cuba, who was like, dude, take these ships out, go find me some fucking slaves or whatever else. And they also were on the hunt for like cool beads and shit all the time, so that was useful to trade with natives. He's like, just take like 7 boats and ideally grab me some slaves, but like see what's good with like other islands. Yeah. Don't try to become a conquistador. Like don't try, don't get too big for your britches. This is a simple mission. Grab me some guys, basically, to put it nicely. And so it was, there was ZipRecruiter for them back in the day. And he's like, go do some ZipRecruiting. And Cortez is like, yo, how about I take this armada myself and found a new land. So he's trying to get in on the conquistador game. So, and you can go all the way back. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go all the way back to the beginning of this. You'll get caught up to speed. But so he goes on this long journey. You know, people are attacking him. He's trying to be friends with the natives on the island. He fights the Mayans. Now he's fighting the Aztecs. And along the way, though, him and his boys have been through it all. They've been through like extreme hot, extreme cold. Bugs are killing them. They've battled 400 people versus 5,000.
It must suck to come from across the ocean to get killed by a bug.
Oh yeah, a lot of these guys did that.
What the fuck was that?
Your arm explodes.
Yeah, that was like multi-generations leading up to a guy getting bit by a bug in off the Tabascan Delta, off the hot sauce Delta. So these guys have literally been through it all. They've been through battle together. They've completely and utterly defeated the odds in terms of the numbers, like 400 guys versus like 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 20,000 like Mayan. Because there was like the Mayans, there was the Aztecs, and there's other tribes too. So like they battled the Mayans, they vanquished, they fucked them up pretty bad. They fucked up these other guys, and meanwhile, Montezuma, who's head of Tenochtitlan, which is like that's the beating heart of the whole Aztec empire. He's like, he knows of these guys, but he keeps sending emissaries. He's like trying to make these guys turn around because it just so happened these guys landed on the continent in the year that it was predicted that Quetzalcoatl would come back.
Ooh.
And not only that, destroy the Aztec civilization or destroy Tenochtitlan. And then just so happened that Quetzalcoatl was rumored to be of white skin, blue eyes, big beards. That's exactly what these conquistadors look like. They have alien technology. No one's ever seen a horse before on this island. They've never seen fucking dogs, although they do have wolves, but they're like, the fact you have like your friend with a dog, they're like, damn, these guys are like literal beast masters.
Didn't they think they were like part of the horses
Yes,
or something?
the guys rode the horses. They thought you were half horse, half man, hybrid.
Nice. Centaurs.
Yes, so that's why they kind of smash, and they have obviously gunpowder and metal, which they had only the Aztecs only had obsidian blades, which would shatter against metal. But so that's kind of the recap, and then in the last chapter we had Cortez and company get to the city of Cholula, where like they're received like as if like, oh yeah, because the whole time Montezuma's sending emissaries telling Cortez like, yo dude, like you're my boy, I would never do anything to you, but like yeah, you should probably get out of here at the same time. But he's like giving them tons of gold and all this stuff, and Cortez's men are like, let's just take the gold and get the fuck out of here. And Cortez eventually scuttled the ships, and we're like, no, we're getting all the fucking gold or we're gonna die. So Cortez gets invited to Cholula, kind of like through Montezuma, and it turned out to be in the last chapter was a giant trap.
Oh.
Yep. Montezuma tried to like pay the Cholulans who were loyal to him to basically kill Cortez, and Cortez has allied himself now on this whole journey. He's actually allied himself with a bunch of tribes who are against the Aztecs because of the ritual sacrifice. They would come to your village and take like 12% of the babes.
Yeah.
Even babies and shit too. These guys are pretty nasty. Yeah, they were slitting babies' throats. We'll find out later. But so there's a bunch of these rival tribes. They're like, dude, we don't want to give away our fucking families to get sacrificed in Tenochtitlan. So then Cortez actually has a sizable force that he can summon of like hundreds of thousands of these other Indian warriors. And he tells them to chill, but he takes some of them with him who are like the absolute rivals, and they hate the Cholulans.
The elite.
Yeah, this is District 1. These are like District 10 guys.
Okay.
So they go to Cholula, and Cortez has some of these like other warriors who are like enemies with these guys. But he's like, yo, be cool, cool out, be chill. And once Cortez finds out through his translator, Malinche, that the whole thing's a trap, Malinche's the babe. He goes and tells these like fucking, they're called like Talaxan Sempolian warriors. He goes, yo, we're about to fuck this whole town up. So like just when they're about to leave, because the trap's just outside the city of Cholula on the main road, and they're like, all right, before we take off, Cortez gathers all of the Cholulan nobles. He's like, I just want to thank you guys. You guys are so fucking cool. Blah, blah, blah. Locks the door in the temple, slays all the nobles, and then sets these other Indian guys, because they're their enemies. He goes, yo, have at it with the town. The Indian guys just destroy this whole fucking town. And this is just the recap, mind you. So then, so they destroy the town. They send shockwaves through the area. Now they can completely pass freely, because they were like from town to town, they'd have to battle people. Is a whole problem. But now it's like the word's out though. They just literally sacked one of the largest towns with only a few dudes. These are towns full of like 80, 50,000 people.
Beastmasters.
Are they gods? Well, some of the horses had been chopped up in battle, so then they're like, maybe they're not gods. What the fuck's going on? So Montezuma, finally foiled, a bit perplexed, he offers for at the end of chapter 6, offers Cortez and his guys. He goes, okay, you can come to Tenochtitlan. You can come to where I live, and we can formally meet, because he's been like telling Cortez like we can't meet face to face.
Oh, he never wanted to meet. They never met.
He just kept sending him gold, hoping he'd go away.
And letters.
No letters. He would send dudes. So you would, if rather than sending a letter back then, I would send like 700 dudes to show up with like 5 main guys all silked out, and they would like just be like, yo, here's a bunch of gold. The guy we work for is the fucking man. And he doesn't have time to talk to you, but just so you know, he's like, humongous deal. And then eventually they were like, yo, you should probably get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And Cortez was like, yo, fuck that, I won't. And then, blah, blah, blah. And
It's like an old school check-in. You send 700 guys to check in.
Yeah, well, you had these like kings. That was like how you flexed back in the day. You would just send 900 dudes somewhere,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "Whoa!" And you would just like bust out like fancy feathers and you'd be like, "Damn, this guy! If he has 900 dudes laying around, he can send messages with. He must be a powerful ruler." And by the way, the big thing that comes into detail later is Cortez in one of the villages that later became his ally. He convinced them to stop paying human tributes to their Aztec, emissaries around the land, and that comes into play later because Cortez opened this tribe up to like serious retribution from their Aztec rulers, because he was like they were scared of the Spaniards, so he goes, "Yo, you guys are with me. Don't give these guys any." He used that for his own benefit to like actually make these guys look like the bad guys. So Montezuma liked him more. It's pretty dastardly what he did. But it'll come into play where he set this one village up pretty badly to where the Aztecs are about to, now that he's gone, the Aztecs are about to fuck them up. Just so you know.
Bro.
All right, so now we're in so that's the whole recap. That's long. We're in chapter 7 through 9. We're doing 7, 8, and a little bit of 9.
Do you think it was easy to like get over to stop doing human sacrifices? You're like, oh, I don't have to kill these people anymore. All right.
No, well, dude.
Yeah.
we talked about it last time. Apparently, with the human sacrifices, they genuinely believed that you needed to spill blood on the altar steps, otherwise the heavens would fall out of the sky, and that like it would stop raining. They thought like human blood was somehow connected to the gods. It was like a sacred fluid that like when it ran down those steps, it completed the cycle, then kept like rain going, that had women bear children. They just thought like blood was a sacred life force, which kind of is.
If only they realized they were in the rainforest.
True.
It's gonna rain no matter what, bro.
They didn't want to test it out.
Yeah, that's fair.
They didn't want to test it, and these guys were subject to drought and famine. That's what kind of took the Mayans out. So that but fair point. So they should have just fucking woke up and realized they're in the climate 9 rainforest. So, all right, so we're in the start of chapter 7. Start of chapter 7. Cortez has finally been invited to Tenochtitlan, and all he's heard of rumors of this place. Like, it's like, it'd be like if someone would be like, Dubai times a million. If you've never been to Dubai and it was like flying cars, all this shit, where it's like, you can't even wrap your head around it. But in order to get there, Cortez and, his band of guys and horses and, his kind of Indian bros, or he grabbed from other tribes. He's got like a couple hundred of them. And also, as always, he has his porters. They're slaves, Caribbean, West African slaves. They call porters throughout the book, which I think is nice. Porters is a nice way to say it.
Porters is nice.
Porters.
Yeah.
They're going along this brutal mountain terrain towards Tenochtitlan. In order to get where they are, from where they are to Tenochtitlan, they got to cross like a giant mountain range. Terrain's just rugged, dizzying altitudes. And, it's fucking freezing cold. Not to mention, in the distance, there are 2 giant volcanoes just looming, which is scary as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you're already headed to a scary place. You see 2 giant fucking volcanoes. And it was miserable. Things were miserable. There's ash fucking falling all over. It was so bad.
They're active volcanoes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this was scary stuff. So some of the Teutonic warriors, they were like the first band of warriors they struck an alliance with. These guys they're like straight East Coasters. They're like, bro, they see the volcanoes. They're like, dude, we've never been this far west. Cortez, can we please just go the fuck home? We've gotten you this far. They're in their head. They're like, we're going to get chopped alive and thrown into a volcano. like, can we please go home? Cortez graciously goes, guys, you've served me well. You know, thank you for your service. And he presses on with his Spaniards and then the Talaxan warriors, who are like a newer addition. And of course, his, you know, trusted porters, who had a, you know, they apparently had to lug all of the heavy artillery up and through the mountains.
Yeah.
That was your kin. So
Porter job.
that's good. It's muscles, dude.
Yeah.
Strong stuff. I'm trying to find a silver lining in this, because there were a lot. That was the thing you don't think about. This party would have like 450, 600 Spaniards and like 1,000 or 2,000 porters.
Yeah.
Pretty wild stuff.
The porters are on the front lines, right?
No, they just kind of like carried shit, honestly. Carried shit.
Get the fight.
They probably did. If anybody got attacked, they would take up arms. But for the, I mean, dude, you're carrying heavy artillery through mountains, man. You can't do it all. But
It's true.
sorry, I'm just trying to make it fun for everybody. But okay, so the ragtag gang of travelers, let's just call them that. After some very slow going travel, because it's freezing cold, and again, these guys were like the Indian guys were like from the jungle. So now you take a guy who lived in the rainforest. Now you're in a frozen mountaintop. They have like no clothes on. So everyone's freezing cold. Finally, after like some slow going travel, they can only make it so far every day. They make it to the base of one of the volcanoes, Popocatépetl. Translated to, you know what Popocatépetl means? If you had to guess. What'd you guess?
Life bringer.
What would you guess?
Place of life.
The hill that smokes. And hold on, here we go.
You said life, and I was like, life is in there. I feel it.
But there was a sister volcano right next to it, and that volcano was named Iztaccíhuatl. Can you guys guess what that thing was named after? I'll give you guys a hint. If Dr. Umar sees you with one of these, he goes,
Nobody.
it's called the White Woman.
White woman.
Yeah, it was the hill that smokes next to the White Woman, which is the name of this volcano. I thought that was interesting.
That's pretty cool.
So
It's
Cortez,
a Newport volcano.
yeah, all the porters,
volcano.
just walked right towards Iztaccíhuatl.
Damn, that volcano thick.
So then Cortez is just like these. I don't think these guys have ever seen a volcano. So they're like, he just sees this vision of a lava jet just kind of popping out of Poco, you know, the hill that smokes, the big one. He tells one of his bros, this is a fucking crazy side quest that I still don't understand why he did this. One of his bros, Diego de Ordaz. Now, as Nate, you'll remember, Cortez's crew, half of them were loyal to Velasquez, the guy who sent him off on the expedition. The other half were, you know, Cortez loyalists. So after when they got all that gold from Montezuma, an order came from the king saying like, hey, Velasquez said you kind of fucked him over on the deal. I'm saying Velasquez can do whatever he wants to you. So Cortez took all of the gold they were given, which would be like, you know, if we had like retirement money basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we're going to ship this to the king so that we can keep going and maybe make more money. If that makes sense. So they sent all the gold on a boat and sent it to the king of Spain.
What?
So Cortez could petition the king of Spain to let him continue his conquest, promising him more gold than Velasquez could ever give him, appealing to the king's greed, basically. Because if Velasquez caught up with Cortez, they would fucking hang him. So he jacked like an armada of ships.
Yeah.
And then which he also purposely sunk after this. So all these guys, half the guys conspired to be like, fuck that, let's go get the gold. We'll cut it off on the way to Spain, take the gold, and we'll just bring it back to Velasquez and fuck Cortez. I think they're probably going to kill him. Cortez found out about it and he like disciplined half the squad. So now this guy comes into play because Diego de Ordaz is one of the guys who tried to conspire against him. He goes, yo, Ortega, go climb the top of fucking Pocapupu, whatever the fuck it's called. Go climb Pocapelli and check it out, bro. He goes, they quote, determine whatever you can do about it and see if it's or determine whatever you can about this and see if it's dangerous. That fucking mountain that's shooting lava out of the top.
You don't think he go like, that looks bad?
No. Cortez was like, he wanted him to get up and look into the rim of the volcano. So Diego beast him, and he also told Diego, it's like, it'll help because you can get a bird's eye view of like whatever we may encounter terrain wise coming up. So it was, you know, he is a bit of a military strategist there. Cortez always kind of has like a military kind of thing going on. But he sends this guy up kind of like, you know, man, you fucked around. Now let's have you prove yourself. So Diego de Ordaz now heads up to the volcano with 9 men. a few Spaniards, and a few of the Tlaxcan warriors. And Cortez and the rest of his guys go into the valley and take a nap where they say it's kind of
so
fucked.
pissed.
But they do add, it's like, dude, it was so cold where they were napping. They're like, oh, it was in a valley. Like, you guys would have hated this. It was freezing. It was
Next
freezing
to a
fucking.
volcano, it's cold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, I guess so. Because they were at the top of the volcano, is snow covered.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's chilly.
true.
Freezing cold. I mean, the volcano is
Worst
fucking
slip.
like 17,000 feet up. So, okay, so Cortez and his bros taking a nap. Diego de Ordaz has to go gets 13,000 feet up this volcano, him and his bros. And mind you, this is
Still
like,
got 4,000 more feet.
oh,
to
dude,
go.
13,000 feet. You're above the cloud line pretty much.
They set him up Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, so he
To
can't.
look in.
Dude, they can hardly breathe. So they're so high, and they just climbed all the way up. They can hardly breathe, and there's so much ash where they like try to get a bird's eye view from there, but it's just covered in ash. And he's like, can't fucking see shit. Tlaxcan warriors start bugging out, being like, dude, we know about these things. There's evil spirits that live in the top inside of them. We're not going any further. And Diego, this is kind of beast mode. Diego and one of his boys tell him to wait there. And then they hop over a small trickling stream of lava on the way up, which is kind of like, fuck you pussies, jump over lava, climb pretty much all the way to the top. They said they got, because it eventually became like a snow-capped peak. Yeah. So they walked the rest of the 4,000 feet to like the summit. Just was like a brutal sleet storm, snowstorm with ash from the volcano. And they got, to their words, a mere 2 lance throw away from the pit of the volcano.
Definitely
So they're
3
like,
lance throw.
They're definitely exaggerating. You know, they're definitely still thousands of feet away. They're like, bro, I could have thrown a rock twice and got there. But they claim they got so close to the heat of the volcano, and they were at 18,000 feet. They claim they got so hot that their clothes would start to kind of catch fire. And at one point, the volcano hiccuped out like a couple hot rocks and lava, and they were like, fuck this. Ran down, and they met back up with their boys, the Tlaxcan warriors. And by that time, I guess like the winds had shifted, so the ash kind of parted, and they could get a full view of basically Tenochtitlan, all of its surrounding cities, the hamlets, all of that stuff. And they were just kind of like, oh shit, it's like right there. All we got to do is keep moving. So it was
They hit the top of the volcano and the map opened up like a video game.
kind of sick. Yeah. According to this guy, they also might have just waited and made up all of this shit about their clothes lighting on fire. It's like, really, these guys were also, they were all like maybe 20 years old.
Yeah.
These guys were youngsters.
Yeah, exaggerated.
Not that I would do the same thing at 40 and be like, yeah, I was all that. Dude, it was crazy, bro. My fucking clothes lit on fire. Honestly, if you gave me a football, 1 or 2 throws, I could have got right. You know? So this made me laugh. So Diego and his bros go back down. They tell Cortez, you know, they're like, yeah, the volcano is definitely dangerous. We checked it out. And they even gave Cortez a cinder from the summit being like, yo, this popped out of it. Proof that I was up there. Cortez is like, damn, nice work. Some years later, Diego de Ordaz still like couldn't stop thinking about this volcano. I guess he survives the whole thing. And he, when he's back in Spain, he files an official petition with the King of Spain to amend his family's coat of arms, adding a big ass volcano onto it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just to tell the story of like, yeah, dude, your granddad looked into the volcano, and I probably had to take like a piece of wheat or whatever the fuck else was off and replace it. And the king went, yo, for sure,
With
bro.
a volcano.
The king had to approve the pictures on your coat of arms, and he goes, yeah, you can definitely do a volcano on your coat of arms, which that's huge, dude.
Yeah.
That was massive.
Can we still have coat of arms?
I think your
love
family
to have
does have a coat of arms. If you look it up,
Oh, no.
we can definitely
So
chill.
nervous about my family's
The
coat of
Lee
arms.
family coat of arms is just 3 blunts.
3 blunts in a fart cloud.
Now I want to see if that's
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, true.
You're right. God damn it.
true.
Coat
Damn,
of
the
arms.
McCusker coat of arms is so fucking sick.
Marshall coat of arms was kind of dope.
I don't know if
actually.
it's. Oh, dude, mine's nasty as fuck. I have a dragon and autism puzzle piece. Oh, son of a bitch. Someone made this on the Matt and Shane Secret podcast subreddit. And there's mushrooms at the bottom. I was like, hold on a second here. I'm connected to an ancient lineage.
I got a squirrel.
Squirrel sick.
You got a squirrel of mine. I don't know what any
God
of the
damn
other
it, you
stuff
bastards. You've tricked me.
the black and white night.
Ooh, this is a knight with 3 lions on it, dude.
Dang, bro.
We got some good coat of arms in the Lee family.
Tight.
A rooster.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm getting mine finally. It's just
too.
cross swords. Well, that's kind of pause and Celtic cross. I think a knight helmet. If I'm not even saying, that's fucking sick. I don't know. That could be some bullshit. Anyway, probably one of my dumb fucking uncles did it on Ancestry.com. So Diego and his bros, after just knowing later on he puts a fucking volcano on his coat of arms this tight. They had the same conversation we're just having right now. So they go down. So now they're at a forked path. They keep going, knowing the path forward from getting the vantage point from the top of Pocopupa or whatever. They go and Cortez. They reach the path between. Do we go around the hill that smokes, or we go around the white woman? And they have to kind of figure out this forked path. Now, one of them was blocked off with fallen trees. They go, this is suspicious. It's like clearly man-made impediment. So what the hell is this about? Mind you, this whole time they have a couple of the Aztec guys were with them as well, just to kind of they were basically spies, but they were we're here to make sure you guys are okay, and they're probably just reporting stuff back. And also they'd had networks of dudes that just ran all the time. So you had you would be on there and there'd be a guy whose job was to run 100 miles. Yeah. And you'd be like, yo, dude, they're actually getting closer, and they would just fucking book it all the way back. It's really funny. They had text guys. They were text message guys. They had to just fucking run for months. They've gotten 10 miles closer. All right, go check on them now. I'd be fuck.
Falling asleep and forgetting what they said.
They would just chop your head off probably.
Yeah, he definitely got to make something up.
They're close.
So one of the Aztec guides, Cortez, is like, yo, what the fuck's up with this blockade? Aztec guide is like, oh, dude, the one that's blocked, I know this. We did this because it's super dangerous and really hard to go this way. This way, super chill and cool. You should probably go that way. And after the shit in Cholula, Cortez goes, yeah, take those trees down. We're going this way. Fuck this guy. And kind of a beast mode. And it paid off, but it was, again, more cold. It's freezing. They got to get through another kind of a cold mountain pass. Eventually, they come to the edge. They're out of the mountain terrain. They're at the edge of a valley, and everyone finally gets to see the grandeur of Tenochtitlan, the thing the guy Diego glimpsed from the top of the volcano. And it's it really is crazy. And they kept saying this is nicer than anything we've ever seen in Spain. It's got fields of fertile crops, interconnected rivers. A Lake Texcoco, which they thought was a sea, is just sitting there. It's massive, and Tenochtitlan was built basically next to and somewhat on top of the lake. They had crazy building technology where they could put buildings on top of water. Yeah. So it gave them almost a dreamlike quality, hence, City of Dreams. Yeah. Where you're damn, they had, we'll get into it later, but they had entire crop fields that they learned how to plant inside of a lake. So it looked like the crops are just floating on the top. It's pretty fucking sick. So
why don't we do that stuff now?
We could. I mean, we'd have to, you know what? I don't know. And they took all the poop from the village and threw it in there too, which fertilizes. It's kind of a sick setup. So, okay. So they're they can see Tenochtitlan in the distance, but they still got to get through. Every main city has their little suburb areas and shit, villages and whatnot. So they head down into the valley and they encounter a village and no one's there, but there's tons of food and firewood, and almost like Montezuma knew they'd come there somehow, which obviously he had his runners and stuff. So Cortez is kind of pumped on the grubs. These guys are starving. They've been freezing for now, a long time. And, but he's like, dude, I don't know, man. This feels like a trap. Keeps people stand watch. He has sentries kind of surround him, looking out for Aztec spies. So they just chill, get the grub. The next day they go into another village, and this one actually has about 5,000 people kind of buzzing around. And the chiefs of this village, they come right out to Cortez on some fuck Montezuma shit right off the bat. They're like, bro, fuck Montezuma. He taxes us too hard. Again, takes a lot of their babes. He's cutting their babes' heads off. Cortez is like, all right, good to know. And he's like, I'll let you know if I need your help. Cortez, this is major. He's like, all right, they have people who don't like them this close. Because he already had hundreds of thousands of people he could get, but they had to make that brutal trek that they made. He's like, that'll kind of fuck my troops up. So they're passing through the valley, another village down the road. They're greeted by an embassy of another giant party of Aztec noblemen. And they were like, hey, man, welcome you here. We're so happy you're here. But this was another trick played by the ruler Montezuma. The embassy was really a gang of his best magicians and sorcerers sent to curse Cortez and his gang. hopefully to summon a brutal wind or to give them sores.
Guy's going like this.
Yeah, dude, they had a guy.
Ain't would have got your nose.
They had the Skrilla mask. Dude, they had the Skrilla mask like, yo, I got your soda. I got your soda. So they're saying these guys are just wizards, bro. They sent the fucking wizards on the low, dressed in high-ranking nobleman finery, trying to give them like body sores and headaches and shit. Just thinking they would hit something like a powerful wind that would scare them off and make them leave. But on top of this, though, they did bring another fuck ton of gold, which the Spaniards were just like, they said in the book, still delirious from the altitude shit. Just got into the gold and went full Scrooge McDuck and were like throwing it around, just went completely bonkers over the gold. And also another guy came out being like, after that whole ceremony, they like unveiled this guy and they're like, yo, it's Montezuma. It's another part of his trick. Yeah. And one of the Tlaxcalan warriors was like, whispered to Cortez's interpreter, being like, that's just not Montezuma. Like, we know what he looks like. That looks nothing like him. So Cortez is just kind of like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, yo, I know you're fucking around. And they were like, all right.
Got us.
All right,
So like, he didn't know about the wizards, I don't think as much, but he knows that
they're not Cortez.
that's not the real that's not the real Montezuma.
Yeah.
He didn't think about it. You would never think. Humana. So Cortez goes back to the village that were like, yo, fuck the Aztecs. And when he gets back there, they give him more gold. And they also give him 40 slave ladies. They go, hey, 40 slave girls, they're yours. Yeah, well, they would like cook for you. You needed like a couple ladies. It was a really brutal job, man, to be like the 40 girls that were just around a troop of 200 Spaniards and fucking native Indians.
That's five a girl.
Huh?
I said that's five a girl.
Those ladies were, I mean, best case scenario, getting their butts grabbed. They were getting this. That's a rough life, dude. So they're in there. So Cortez is being welcomed like a hero back into this village. I guess where he, survived the wizard attack and the fake Montezuma. So now they get greeted by another Aztec emissary. This time it's actually Montezuma's nephew, the king of Texcoco, which is a big kingdom right outside of Tenochtitlan. And apparently this dude, you could tell he was the real deal. This dude's fly as can be. He's literally decked out in like gold. He has feathers were like very, very like they were viewed very sacredly back then. Like the Aztecs thought feathers were cooler than gold, if they're being honest. Mm-hmm. So he's got all kinds of intricate feather work, jewelry. They tell Cortez through Malinche, his translator / basically his wife. They're like, yo, Montezuma, the real Montezuma wanted to come, but he just has a cold. So he's he's definitely going to chill with you once you get to Tenochtitlan. But like he literally sent his nephew, which is like a big deal.
Yeah. It's like trying to hang out with somebody from LA.
Huh?
You know? Yeah. Cortez is just trying to get a meeting, and he's like, "All right, I'm a little sick. Let's push it back."
Yeah, literally hitting with that back then. Yeah. And again, I think we explained the layout, but Tenochtitlan again, it's like the New York City of this place. It's like the beating heart of the whole Aztec Empire, and it's surrounded by all of these other smaller kingdoms, which we said were like built above lakes, which gave it kind of that dreamlike quality to see stone structures just like sitting on top of water. Like didn't look real. Again, it vastly surpassed, this is along with other historical sources and Cortez himself, surpassed anything that could be found in Spain at the time. The population was 5 times larger than any of the biggest European cities. It was really like the biggest city in the world at the time, according to people. So Cortez, he gets into Tenochtitlan. Again, they're just like, bro, this thing is fucking nuts. His guys are all just kind of like, this is crazy. So in order, he like doesn't want to be caught off guard. So he's like, let's project our own strength here. So the first morning he gets into Tenochtitlan, he dresses his guys up in their finest armor. They were right outside of Tenochtitlan in Texcoco. And the morning they go to Tenochtitlan, Cortez just like, let's fucking, make a show out of this. Get like strict military formation in their finest armors, weaponed up, horsed up. They lead a procession across the town, and they're just swarmed by onlookers, people pulling up in canoes, people on feet, just a massive number of people. And they're just kind of like, oh shit, there's a lot of these fucking guys here. And then while they're trying to show out, the Cortez or like the sources were saying like these Spanish soldiers had like their mouths open, just like in awe at these floating gardens on the lakes. They're called chinampas. I already explained those. They were done by just kind of putting a massive enclosure underwater. Then you'd fill it with soil, creating a little island, and then dump all of the town's human feces, which kind of got rid of the poop problem, into the soil. And then it would allow it to grow super rich crops inside of the lakes. And at the height of Aztec civilization, they had about 2.3 million acres of chiampa.
Dude, it was a fully sustainable society.
Had that figured out. They had that figured out. They did. It's just, man, they should have not chopped babies' heads off. Kicked them down the steps. That really fucking stinks. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So, again, the Aztecs are looking at these Spaniards rolling into, entering the threshold of the city of dreams, Tenochtitlan, going, and some of the Aztec sources were like trying to figure out if these guys had turned into metal because they're in metal armor. And they're like, damn, are these metal guys? And again, they're on tops of horses. They have dogs with like foam in their mouths running around. So they're like, basically, how do these guys get wolves to obey them? These guys are like, and they, again, like, are they gods? Are they not? That was always in the back of their mind. So then
they bleed.
So, dude, they lower a bridge. This is how you get into Tenochtitlan. It's pretty much completely surrounded by water. They lower this one very narrow bridge. Everyone comes across this bridge, which, again, if you're thinking militarily, it's like, damn, if they raise that bridge, you have no escape. So that's kind of floating in Cortez's mind the whole time. So the date, by the way, this is a historic moment, is November 8th, 1519, 9 months after sailing from Cuba and 3 months straight of marching and fighting. They're greeted by an envoy of Aztecs who basically allow them into Tenochtitlan proper. And they're also kind of like looking at Malinche because they're like, okay, this lady clearly is one of us, but she can speak our language. She used to be a prostitute, and she was actually a born noble who fell into slavery, became a prostitute, blah, blah, blah. And so she was able to speak like 5 or 6 different dialects and then had learned Spanish through, through like another interpreter.
Yeah, she's picking herself up by her bootstraps.
Big time, bro. Big time. So they almost thought this lady Malinche was a goddess because, like, dude, how does she know so many languages? She's definitely like some weird Aztec goddess. So they're like, fuck, dude. It's just a tense vibe. They're like, what's going on? So then here comes the real guy, Montezuma. Massive, unlike anything else, procession ensues. Scores of dudes just dressed in like literally gem-lined, silver and gold-plated clothing, feathers out of the wazoo. Finally, Montezuma himself emerges out of the crowd. People would lay cloaks down so his feet never touched the ground, swept, rocks out of the path. And him and Cortez, after all of that, after basically a year, they finally meet. They're sizing each other up. Montezuma, again, dude, fly as can be, silks, gold. He has a bluestone hummingbird lip ring, turquoise. Well, the hummingbird's the god of war, as we'll see. It's like their main deity. Turquoise earrings, deep green jade nose ring. He's just fucking, the setup's dripped the fuck out. And he's all class and grace. He's very clean, manicured, with very intense meditative eyes. Because he was actually kind of like a high priest. He was actually the highest priest.
He wasn't a warrior? I thought
he was. The priest warrior distinction wasn't as clear cut back then. The priest was a higher thing, but he also had like intense military training. And Cortez, on the other hand, looked completely the opposite kind of. He was like wildly unkempt, big beard, scarred from battle. Just had like a crazy look to himself, as he had been like feral for basically a year.
I'm more of a Cortez guy.
Yeah,
that would be me.
Kind of sick.
That would be me.
I mean, I can appreciate Montezuma's vibe, dude.
like the drip
God
out.
of War hummingbird lip ring. Come on, man.
It's kind of badass.
It's fucking
Whole
nasty.
squad dripped out.
The whole squad so dripped, laying cloaks down before you step. That is pride before the fall, though. Obviously, the guy who comes out of the woods fucks him up.
James Brown.
Dude, so there's a quiet pause where nobody knows what to do. Montezuma finally leans forward and smells Cortez. And Cortez, caught off guard, tries to hug Montezuma, but was stopped by Montezuma's security. And Cortez asks him, "Are you Montezuma?" And Montezuma replies, "Yes, I am he." And Cortez then gives him a pearl and a glass bead necklace. Or it was a pearl, pause obviously, gives him a pearl necklace that had glass beads as well, that he had soaked in perfume. He goes, "Yo, check this shit out." And Montezuma's like, right on. Montezuma hooks him up with a red snail shell bracelet with gold shrimps, which are like little gold shrimp figurines, which is pretty fucking nasty as well. And also the red snail shell bracelet is like apparently like the fly shit you can get, and the Aztecs fucking love that.
Yeah.
But the necklace he gave Cortez was thought to have been worn by Quetzalcoatl himself. It was like one of the craziest it would be like getting like a splinter from the cross.
Yeah.
Being like, yo, here you go. It was just like a prized religious relic. And then Montezuma excuses himself, being like, yo, you guys are probably tired. You guys should sleep. And he's like, I'll give you guys kind of your setup. So he gives them like, Cortez and the officers get a crazy palatial setup in the castle, the building, so to speak, where his, castle, so to speak, where his father, who used to be king, who's now dead, it's just an abandoned castle that his dad used to live in. So I guess back then they were just stunting so hard, like when he became king, he's like, dude, I'm not living in my dad's bullshit. That's what he does. So he built his own. Yeah, he had his own structure built.
I need a nice Playboy castle.
Yeah, he was like, dude, that's like so old school. I'm like, I got different taste. So Cortez and all of his fucking high-ranking bros get to chill in his basically Montezuma's dad's castle, and like the Tlaxcans, the Porters. They're just the Tlaxcans especially were eyed suspiciously as hell because they are the avowed enemies of the Aztecs. Like they were like for real, like at war. They were kind of eyed suspiciously, but they just gave them like just regular housing basically. They were like, you can just live in a house. We have a bunch of houses here. You're not living in the palatial digs. It's like we hate the Tlaxcan guys. They're beefing. But so. That's all. So Cortez, before he leaves, he tells Malinche, like, yo, tell Montezuma that I'm his friend. And Malinche tells that to Montezuma, and he goes, oh, okay, thank you.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's, kind of bullshit. But Cortez obviously has other designs.
Yeah.
Later that day, Cortez, for whatever reason, this just like fucking cracked me up. As soon as Cortez basically like puts his bags away, he just goes out in the central square. It's like the area right near one of their massive temples. This is like the Times Square basically of this place, and just starts blasting off cannons and harbus like in the air, just to like show what's up. He just starts blasting guns and cannons up into the air.
Why?
Just to fucking be like, yo, because he knew how scared these guys were of this shit, so he wanted to keep everyone afraid. That's how the fear from their technology was what let them defeat huge numbers of people. So as soon as he got there, he's like, I got to keep these guys scared because that way they don't try shit. So it's just funny to get to a city and just start blasting fucking cannons. And it worked because it did scare the fuck out of all the residents. So Montezuma's kind of like, all right, that was a fucking weird move on his part. But he goes, I want to learn as much as I can about these people. So he invites Cortez, Malinche, and all of Cortez's captains to a private gathering later that afternoon. And they're met with another lavish display of, every time they meet up, they get like tons of fucking gold. Like this was the biggest display of gold and gifts they have gotten thus far. And the one they shipped back to the king earlier, they were like, we can all retire off this. Mm-hmm. So now they're hit with another bigger payload of gold and gifts. That's and Cortez, nice. It's like the mother load. Yeah. Cortez fully bricked up about it, but in his head, he keeps going, if they're giving me this much gold, imagine what he keeps for himself. I want all of that gold too. So he wanted it all.
This guy had no quit.
Dude, he had no quit in him at all. And Montezuma addresses Cortez directly. And I have this speech in the book, but he basically addresses Cortez as if he is talking to Quetzalcoatl, which the historians go back and forth. Like, I think he was just being polite. Oh, no, he actually believed it. But he gives him this long poetic speech where he's like, you are the chosen one, the one the prophecies foretold. And, it's kind of, that's all a guy can ever hope to hear at fucking dinner. But Cortez feeling like, oh, fuck yeah, this guy actually, because he was aware that they kind of believed he was a god. Some of them did. He goes, yeah, that's right. It's me. He's like, I am fucking Quetzalcoatl, a powerful god. And I want to tell you, don't worry, because I think you're really cool. And I come in peace and I'm happy to see you. Cortez is like, Montezuma's like, right on. You should go, go see the city. Go check out the city that I built. Check it out for yourself. Rest up. We have plenty of time. I'm going to hit my room and pray. Montezuma, every time he leaves Cortez, he has to go pray and like consult the gods because he's so confused what's going on. And he also had some doubts. He was like, I guess he like had some sort of journal or I don't know what the fuck it was, but there are sources that say Montezuma at this point was like, dude, I don't know. Like something tells me he's not Quetzalcoatl, but he did arrive in the mainland on the, his ship's docked in the year it's called One Reed in the Aztec calendar. One Reed, which was the actual year Quetzalcoatl was predicted to return. And even worse, today was One Wind in the Aztec calendar, which was the day of the whirlwind. which was the day when, quote, wizards and robbers do their black bidding, thieving treasure. Hey, this is the Aztec terminology. You know what? I wrote the note yesterday. I didn't even think about that. When wizards and robbers do their black bidding, thieving treasure while their victims slumber.
Was it Chicago?
Well, that night. So this is like, dude, that's one. It's like, imagine if we had Christmas, but the day was just about wizards doing their black bidding. Where you'd be like, rather than the Christmas cheer, everyone's like, the wizards are coming today. And then all of a sudden these guys show up and you're like, dude, it's happening. Like, holy fuck. It's the whirlwind is upon us.
And they're shooting guns in the middle of the street.
Yeah, they start blasting cannons.
Sounds like you've never heard.
Yeah.
Thunder in the middle.
So that night, Montezuma, obviously never in the kingdom, went to sleep in terror. Everyone's just like, what the fuck's going on? Next morning, Cortez and his top bros, and Malinche, of course, as always, get to see Montezuma's royal palace. And the place, you know, it's crazy. There's hundreds of rooms, servants, people making jewelry. This was like the White House of Aztec civilization. And Montezuma pulls Cortez to the aside to talk while Malinche translates. And basically, Cortez is like, yo, Montezuma, you're a fucking legend. I fuck with you. But you got to accept Jesus Christ as your savior. Ooh. All of your gods are nothing but nasty demons, and this human sacrifice stuff is for the birds. And Montezuma is just like, he doesn't show any emotion. He goes, yo, let's just chill with the religious talk. I'm preparing for dinner. And he goes, you go see the city again. There's a lot to see. I'm going to eat my dinner. And Montezuma, after supping, goes to the top of they use that word in the book. I love that.
Supping.
After he sups, he goes to the top of his highest temple, prays to the hummingbird god of war. He's like, why the fuck's he talking about the gods? I don't like this at all. This is confusing me. It's supposed to be Quetzalcoatl. This is not. I don't know what's happening. He then sacrifices a dozen of children.
Oof.
Apparently believing, again, they say in the book,
feeling like I got to get my head straight.
He's got to get his head straight. And he really believed the fate of the entire universe depended on him figuring this out. So he goes, I need to get some child blood. I need that good blood right now. I need that. So he had to just kill a dozen children. And then he also ripped the heads off a couple birds too. Damn. And just begged the gods for a vision. Like, dude, like, make this make sense to me, please. And, while he's surrounded by children's fucking innards and stuff. So Cortez now, after kind of his first meeting with Montezuma, decides to kind of chill. He spends the next week or so checking out Tenochtitlan, specifically the area, Cortez is kind of staying around. And he also, he was checking out Montezuma's personal digs. He documented that Montezuma had about 3,000 personal guards, 150 concubines. There were thousands of women attendants, literally a few thousand, who lived in his palace. He had 1,000 personal servants who would cook elaborate meals of many different dishes, which he would only ever take one bite of. So that he'd have 90 plates, and he would do a bite of duck, a bite of corn cake, but blah blah blah. And also he had observed Montezuma, and after one of these elaborate meals, Montezuma would obviously sit in silence, pray to the hummingbird god. While nobody could talk to him for hours after he eat, only high priests could come up and whisper shit in his ear.
Montezuma was a diva.
Dude, total diva. He was I think it was believed that he was kind of almost demigod status. So he would his setup was sick, dude. One bite off each plate is fucking beast. Next time Brittany wants to do tapas, I'm going to Montezuma out and just fucking one bite them. And then just being nobody can talk to me for 2 hours, but have priests whispering to you is kind of sick. And then at the end of that, he would go drink hot chocolate and smoke tobacco out of a pipe.
Can't be
kind of boss, dude. Minus the kid killing, dude. Kind of boss.
That's a good day. But the kid killing is only when he's in turmoil.
Exactly. No, and major holidays too. Oh, he also had a personal zoo filled with mountain lions, jaguars, wolves, snakes, lizards, crocodiles, and every bird of prey you can think of.
That's awesome.
Yep. So Cortez is just reeling, dude, this guy is just him on another level. And then he goes, so Cortez hits the marketplace and is further astounded. It's about 60,000 people trading everything you can think of, including people, obviously, butchered human body parts, animal skins, pottery, tobacco, chocolate, of course. And the Spaniards, I didn't know this. They didn't even know about tobacco yet.
Really?
Tobacco or chocolate. I could be wrong. But I don't think the Spaniards really knew much about tobacco at that point. So, we can have one of the history buffs out there can fact check that. Also, he was like kind of noting the Aztec food menu. He goes, dude, they eat everything. It's mice, worms, headless snakes, small dogs, castrated, fattened moles, even dirt at certain times of the year. And there was this algae they would leave out to dry and harden, and they let it turn into something like cheese. And Cortez actually wrote in his own personal journals, he thought the algae stuff, which he called scum, was actually delicious with the right seasoning. So he was like, dude, that stuff was awesome. But then walking around town, they did see a giant, here's the word of the day, an ossuary, which is a collection of bones. So they would take there was about 136,000 skulls stacked in neat lines, all facing, I guess, the east or like the sun. So they'd have these like skulls were like dried blood and just kind of their faces just bleached from the sunlight. And they found that to be kind of
that's crazy looking.
Haunting.
Yeah, very haunting thing to look at.
Sounds scary as heck.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, 136,000 skulls would be this whole perimeter of this building. Just kind of, it's fucked up.
Yeah,
stacked. However many stories. Then he also had been hearing things about slitting infants' throats, beheading women, and dressing teenagers in recently flayed human skins, which to Cortez was chilling, no doubt.
That sounds fun though.
Being a teenager and wearing somebody's skin.
Imagine you're like a babe. You're like, what if you get like the hot babe skin?
This is just your fucking video game stuff, dude.
I'm wearing her tits.
Yeah, I'm wearing tits. Yeah,
but there'd be nothing in them.
Yeah,
You have to put your hands in them and fill them out.
that'd be fun for like 1 minute. Just pretending you got.
Some of these societies used to do this, man. These tropical societies where like they would pick the hottest lady in the village, and then the priest would like skin her alive and then wear her skin and walk through the town. Like a lot of these places, everyone's like, dude, man, it was like we could have learned from them. It's like, I don't know, some of the shit they did. This wasn't the Aztecs who did this, but they were different, like tropical.
Sounds like a freaky ass priest.
Freaky ass motherfucking priest.
Just busted inside.
Yeah, and they're worried about how far we've come, and now what? We're just touching boys.
Yeah,
We used to wear their skin. We are progressing, guys.
That's progress, but I missed the creativity.
He also saw this game was called Talachi. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this is a game I described really early on. I don't know if you guys remember, but to bring anyone up to speed who missed it, imagine a game. It was played on like an I-shaped kind of courtyard, a capital I-shaped courtyard. So it's like two horizontal lines, vertical line. And it would be like if you mixed up basketball and soccer, but instead of the regular basketball or soccer ball, you had a purely rubber 100-pound ball that you had to try to get through a hoop without using your hands. So most of the game was just like getting this ball down to the other. I don't think it ever really went through the hoop. I think if you got it close and touched the other person's wall, you get points. But most of this game was people like breaking their bones trying to like hit a heavy bouncy ball with like their hip or legs or like knees. And it was just people getting like devastated by this ball.
Is this the game they play with the heads?
No, I don't think so. But this game was like an important part of religious festivals, and they would actually settle bets if they had like an argument. Montezuma actually had an argument earlier on with a local king that was part of his like whole kingdom about there was a meteor they saw in the sky, and the I think it was a high priest actually, and he was like, "Yo, that meteor, that means that something bad is going to happen to your city." And Montezuma was like, "No, it fucking doesn't." And then they had to settle it with a game. They settled it with a game of Talachi, which is them just again bang. Imagine the heaviest bouncy ball ever. And you have to like get it to the side of the wall, not being able to use any of your kind of extremities.
And the hoop was high up, wasn't it?
Hoop was high. It was like 12 fucking feet high.
And like sideways.
Yeah, it was fucked up. But the Montezuma lost that game, by the way, where he was supposed to prove that guy wrong. So that was also hanging over his head. So
taking L's.
After touring the city and getting, the good and the bad, Cortez asked Montezuma if he can see inside the main temple, the one to the hummingbird god of war, Huitzilopochtli. Montezuma takes him personally, along with a giant retinue of guards and servants and priests. And Cortez brings Malinche, of course, and obviously a few of his most trusted captains. And they get to the bottom of this fucking massive temple. And Montezuma tells them all to wait at the bottom. And he begins his ascent up the 114 very steep stairs that were designed that way purposely so that bodies and heads would make it all the way to the bottom when hurled off the 150-foot top of the staircase. So there's a reason behind that. So Montezuma gets so high, he disappears from view. And then some of the priests offer to help Cortez and his men kind of up the steps because they were very steep and, if you weren't used to them, they were kind of tricky. And, but, these guys are being filled with these tales of headless babies and women. So some of Cortez's men draw swords on the priests, like, do not fucking touch me. I know what you guys do in these places. Back the fuck up. We'll walk up ourselves. So, they go to walk to the top by themselves. The only problem is the temple itself was built on the city's highest point of elevation. So they're 7,000 feet up above sea level starting. And when the Spaniards finally got to the top of the steps, weighted in all their armor, they were just panting like dogs. They're totally out of breath. Montezuma, who goes up there every day, is just smiling, be like, yo, you guys fucking tired? And Cortez fucking pretends not to be tired and tells them that Spaniards are never tired, hits him with the Kevin Gates. He goes, Spaniards don't get tired. And like Montezuma laughs because all of his boys are like visibly doubled over, trying to catch the breath. But the view apparently was incredible from the top. You're looking out on all of the nearby cities, the Valley of Mexico, the Texcoco River. So it's beautiful, but then like Cortez and his guys are seeing all these blood-stained rocks around. There were 2 shrines at the top of the temple. One was to the hummingbird god, we know about that, and the other one was to a god known as the Smoking Mirror, which was some mysterious, omnipotent god known as Tezcatlipoca. So the Smoking Mirror was like this.
His first name's Ted?
Tez,
okay.
Tezcatlipoca.
I thought you said Ted Cacapulca.
The Smoking Mirror guy sounds cool because it's like, you have the hummingbird, which is like, okay, I kind of see you're a tiny hummingbird, war, kind of get that. Smoking Mirror is like, damn, that's kind of tight. There's a smoking mirror.
Yeah. I don't get the hummingbird through war.
I think it's like a tiny thing that's also powerful.
Yeah.
They kind of love that shit. Fast, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. You don't recognize like the poetic kind of resonance between the hummingbird god of war?
No.
Fine, whatever.
They just move their arms real fast.
They're so fast. When's the last time you saw a hummingbird?
It's been a while.
Dude, I catch them in my neighborhood. I catch them. There's I think around, is it springtime? There's a certain time where I'll see like 10 a day and nothing makes me happier. I love those things.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they get up to the top. There's kind of dual shrines, one to the hummingbird god, one to the Smoking Mirror. And Montezuma now has a bunch of his high priests kind of come out of nowhere. And these are like gnarly looking guys. They're like goth bros who just chill at the top of this place all day. They're pale and gaunt from fasting and bloodletting. They have like blood matted long hair. And, Cortez and his bros are like, yo, what's this? What are we getting fucking chopped up? This is, they're kind of like not really feeling this. And Cortez goes, yo, let me see inside of the hummingbird shrine, which is like the top level shrine. And Montezuma is like, I don't know. And he thinks about it and goes, all right, Cortez, you're about to see what only like literally a few select Aztecs ever can see in their entire lifetime. He goes, I'll bring you in. I'll show you the fucking thing. Thinking like maybe it'll change his mind on my gods. And so they go into the inner sanctum and there's basically a really sick statue of a hummingbird made of gold, jeweled eyes with a bunch of freshly cut human hearts chilling underneath it. Ooh. Cortez just sickened. He goes, dude, inside the temple, goes, how do you not see that you're worshiping not gods, but devils? And he goes, can I please install like a cross in here, some Christian stuff? And Montezuma, finally having enough of Cortez's talk and negging his gods, he goes, bro, I would never have let you in here if I knew you were going to be all negative about my fucking gods. And he goes, this was a fucking mistake. I shouldn't have done this. I'll hear nothing else on this matter. Get the fuck out of here. Cortez and his guys go all the way back to the bottom while Montezuma chills at the top with his bros, begging the gods to forgive him for allowing the vile foreigner into the inner sanctum. So now Cortez, a couple days go by. Cortez is like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up in that temple. He asked Montezuma, he goes, yo, can we get like a small space so me and my bros can hold mass? Because Montezuma did tell him like, dude, just because you think your gods are good doesn't mean my gods are bad. We can both have good gods. So I think Cortez is like, yo, since, both our gods are good, can I hold mass at my place? Montezuma grants him a wish, erecting a small structure to suit the purpose. But the structure he built was built, I guess, adjacent to the castle that they were staying in that belonged to his father. So one day, while the place is almost finished, one of Cortez's own carpenters found a door that had been poorly plastered over that led into a room inside the old castle. And he gets Cortez, and they secretly open the plastered entrance, shocked to discover a room filled entirely with treasure. So apparently this room was filled with all of the taxes from his father's 13-year reign that he had collected across all of the lands as they kind of expanded and centralized their kind of grip on power.
And Montezuma didn't know it was there?
I don't think he did. I got to read into the book, but I tried seeing if it was, but I don't think he knew it was there, honestly. Because I think later on, not to spoiler, it's obviously we know Montezuma gets ousted. I think later on Montezuma is like, yo, you can keep the gold, just give me the feathers from that room. He goes, gold is for men, feathers belong to the gods. So he like eventually requests all the feathers. Yeah.
It's a bird culture.
Big bird culture. Yeah, love hummingbirds, love feathers. So Cortez's men are like freaking the fuck out. And they're like, yo, guys, chill. This will be ours soon enough. So now it's like, you know, you got the gold fever going. And then during these next few days, everyone's getting a little bugged out because they had a bad interaction in the temple. And also Cortez, having viewed the surrounding area from the tops of the temple, you know, always military minded, was like, dude, we are fucking trapped on all sides. He's like, this the single command, the guy can raise the bridge, and like, we're fucked. And also a lot of the Tlaxan warriors were telling him like, yo, these Aztec guys were like, they've been tolerating us, but now they're like getting shitty towards us. And even some of Cortez's own guys were like, yo, dude, we're feeling kind of a vibe shift as well. They're like, we got to get the fuck out. This is fucked up. Like, they're going to kill us in here. So Cortez is bugging out. Luckily, they have their little headquarter place where they can do their kind of mass. So that's kind of like their little sanctuary. One day they're in there doing stuff, and a letter's brought by one of the Tlaxan emissaries, one of those fucking runner guys. He brings them a letter, and it's bearing grim news from Veracruz. Now, Lemaire, Veracruz is Cortez's foundational city. That was the thing he founded that legally, still shady, allowed him to kind of remove himself from Vasquez's patronage. Yeah. As he goes, no, I founded my own city, therefore I don't have to answer to you. It's a very shady thing, but he did love Veracruz as the city of the true cross, the one true cross. And it was like his prize city. He was happy about it.
Yeah.
But so what happened was when he left, this guy, Juan Escalante, Cortez left him in charge of that town. This guy was killed. So what happened was, remember I brought up how the Totonacs, how Cortez was like, yo, don't pay them tribute tax with people, tell them to fuck off. So when Cortez left, the neighboring Aztec chieftain was like, yo, Juan Escalante, we know your boys with Cortez. We love Cortez. We got to figure out this fucking, you know, sacrifice fucking human person tax. Man, can we just like talk about it? So Juan's like, yo, for sure. He brings a handful of his bros and they just get brutally attacked. 2 were killed on the spot. 2 Spaniards killed. The rest escape. Escalante, the Valiant, mounts a force of his own men and a few thousand Teutonic warriors. So now they're fighting for Teutonic independence and obviously to hold off Veracruz. So they ride into battle against this Aztec kind of fiefdom. And Escalante was knocked off his horse and ultimately wounded and defeated in battle. Another one of the Spaniards was captured and sacrificed. His head was actually sent to Montezuma as a present, but Montezuma had been like kind of disturbed by it and told him to get it out of there. So all this drama was going on. And
that
Cortez
disturbed him?
it was just this guy with a giant black beard in his face. Like, Montezuma was like, bro, I'm trying to fucking pray. Like, get that thing out of my fucking face. He also was like, I got Cortez right here. What the fuck are you doing with that, man? It's going to cause a fucking problem. Yeah. And by the way, Cortez already knew all about this, but he didn't want to get his boys all upset. But now that the cat was out of the bag, he was like, oh shit, the thing gave him an idea. Plus he had this letter. So Cortez, by the way, had been scheming on ways to capture Montezuma this whole time without causing a disturbance. And this letter to him was a key. So Cortez requests a letter with Montezuma, or a meeting with Montezuma. Montezuma agrees. And again, same thing, like, yo, just like he did in Cholula, like, I just want to, like, you're like the fucking man. I just want to, like, honor you. Cortez brings Malinche and just a small handful of his most trusted captains, a couple guys, small party. And Montezuma welcomes him again, gifts, all that shit. He even offers Cortez the hand of his daughter in marriage, and Cortez declines, telling Montezuma, I'm already married. I have my translator, babe. And he has a wife back in Cuba, too. But
hey, you.
Yeah, he sets one of his captains up with Montezuma's daughter, and the captain's like, yo, sick. So like, there's like genuine pleasantries out of the way. Cortez just goes, I mean, this was like an unprecedented vibe shift. Just like, fuck you, Montezuma. I fucking know you're involved in the conspiracy killing my boy in Veracruz, and you killed one of his horses. you're a piece of shit. But then he would be like, I don't know, dude. But then he did this a lot to Montezuma where he'd be like, but I can't even believe it, dude. Because like, obviously we're like the closest of friends. So I don't even believe those guys. But he goes, oh yeah, but then there was that thing in Cholula where we were going to get attacked, which I think you were kind of implicated in that as well. Dude, I don't know. We're going to have to do a full investigation into this, dude. And Montezuma right away is like, I had nothing to do with that. I can summon the people from there. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'll punish them. I promise. And Cortez is like, dude, like I have no desire to start a war on this account. I don't want to destroy your city, which is a funny thing he claimed.
Damn.
He goes, look, everything's going to be forgiven, but provided you now come quietly with us to our quarters and make no protest. So like you're our prisoner now while we sort this out. And Montezuma's just like, what the fuck? So he's like, dude, and Cortez is like, dude, it's just a formality. You'll be well served and attended to. Like you're in your own palace. But if you cry out now or like raise any commotion, one of these guys is going to basically impale you with a sword. And that's the reason I bought them here. So Montezuma completely caught on the back foot. Didn't see this Cortez playing this card. Like I said, pleads his innocence. But he's like, this is kind of a really sick, I might use this if I ever get arrested. He was like, I hear you, dude. I want to get to the bottom of this with you. But he goes, this is his quote. He says, my person is not such that can be made a prisoner of. He's being like, I can't be I'm not a prisoner, dude. Like, you're just as crazy you're even suggesting this.
Bars.
And he goes, plus, if my people see me as your prisoner, they're going to fucking melt down. So he goes, look, we're not doing this. And they go back and forth for a long time. And then one of Cortez's guys, Leon, just spazzes, being like, dude, if any of his guards come back, they're going to call the other guards. We're going to get killed. He's like, basically said, like, either we take him or knife him. If we don't look after ourselves, we shall be dead men. But he's saying this like spastically. And Montezuma, he doesn't know what Leon said, but he's kind of reading his tone and probably like the jabbing of a sword. So he pleads. Well,
Just a language you don't understand.
Yeah. So he pleads to Malinche to translate. And Malinche, always a stoic babe, tells Montezuma, like, you better go along with Cortez. And she's like, you'll be fine if you do everything he says. But if you don't, these guys will definitely stab you. So Montezuma's like, fine, I'll fucking go. He's like, but on one condition, it's got to look like it's my idea to go with you. I want to keep up appearances. He's like, I'm going to send a messenger to tell my high priest that after considerable prayer, I've decided to live with Cortez and his men for a few days just so I can learn their ways. And after this was done, Montezuma was escorted by Cortez to the Spaniards' quarters, which is his dead father's palace, as the town people all stared in amazement, wondering what was happening. And we're going to end here. This was the first step in the most astonishing takeover in all of military history. But as the author says, little did Cortez know that the real fight for the Aztec Empire had only just begun. So you always hear that he just kind of like took him prisoner real quick, but that's how he did it. It was all tied back to his city of Veracruz. And he kind of just like jacked him basically. He was like, yo, we're going to kill you right fucking now.
Yeah.
Which they could do. That was like a thing he didn't even consider. Like, yeah, they could fucking kill me.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you kill me, my guys will kill you. But he's probably like, I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah.
So he was like, fine.
It was straight up like a robbery where it's like, all right, wait. Now, can I give you what I want to give you? Like, you guys can have some stuff, but like...
Dude, I don't know. And he just was like, I'll go. Like thinking like probably like, all right, I'll go with these guys and I'm here. This is my city. There's just a couple of these. Wizards.
The wizards and black spirits.
So that's it. And then we'll pick up in chapter 9. We'll try to do like 3 more chapters. But yeah, that was a long one. How long was it? There we go. Well, there you have it, guys. Any final words on the that we finally, ladies and gentlemen, we've captured Montezuma.
I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
They really did get him like that, man. Just a quick cloak and dagger.
Yeah.
But I always heard about it in a way that almost sounded like cartoonish, where they're just like in a room and they're like, come with us. But there was a lot more to it than, you think. So
the whole setup.
By the way, the book, we're like this far into the book. There's like that much left. So there really must be a lot of like pretty brutal battles. And, I think maybe the other troops come in, attack. I don't know what happened. So I genuinely have no idea. So it'll be cool to find out. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Hey, welcome everybody. Marcus King, what's going on?
What's up?
You're just telling me about the big mighty band
Yeah, we got the whole crew coming down.
for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This should be out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, it's the non-cost effective group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wall of Sound.
We got the horns, BGVs, strings.
Dang, so you got to move so you just fly every single person down for a show? I never really thought about that.
Yeah, I think the strings and the BGVs are local.
Cool.
But my fiddle player's coming down from Nashville, and my horns are flying in.
That's awesome.
It's going to be fun.
It's got to feel powerful to know you have a bunch of like, what do they call not Trump? What is a horn player called? Like a hornist or like a horniest?
Yeah.
What do they call it? I guess a trumpeter?
We just call them horn players.
Horn players. There you go. My bad. Showing my fucking ass already.
A saxophonist.
My thing is knowing if I knew I was like moving brass players through the sky, I would feel pretty powerful about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
It's awesome. All right. Well, I thought it was cool.
It is a nice feeling.
No, that's awesome, dude. I'm fucking stoked for you. So, yeah, you just released the album, Darling Blue.
Yeah, the album's out.
It's nice.
Pumped on it, man.
I was blasting in my house.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It fucking rips.
Thank you.
You might be one of the biggest Axemen currently right now.
Man.
Who else can shred like you?
I'm sure there's plenty.
True. Sure, there's a lot of, but I guess there's a lot of quiet guys just kind of noodling in their room, just like myself. But
dude, Billy, you and Billy are fucking. Billy's really playing some wild stuff.
Yeah, Billy's been studying like almost like classical style
with his Scientologist teacher.
Yeah, Billy takes guitar lessons, and he studies from a Scientologist who kind of like just peppers in a little Scientology every now and again on him.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Like, Chick Corea was a Scientologist.
Really?
And my keyboard player was like a big Chick Corea fan. When he went to go see him, he said he hit him with a little dab of Scientology at the end there. So
I'm so scared of Scientology.
Thank you, Elron.
I'm so scared of Scientology.
Yeah, it freaks me out. Yeah, and I feel like the better you do in this industry, like it's kind of looming.
Scientology.
It's around the corner.
Yeah, dude. It'd be, I don't know. The only thing I would like about it is just kind of making my wife do it with me.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun. Just be like, no, we're Scientology. She's like real into going to church now, and I could just completely dash her Christian dreams with New World Satanism. So that would be pretty nice.
Dude.
Like, what if instead of all this being nice stuff, we just became as successful as possible and forgot all this shit?
I mean,
I should do that, actually. Make her read fucking science fiction from the 1950s.
Yeah, this is what we're into now.
True. Get both my daughters clear.
Dude, yeah. Dude, we're going clear.
Do you know any people, have you ever been approached with the S or no?
No, I've been asked about some other weird shit.
Like what?
Like, I've just been invited to like get-togethers, like out in the redwoods.
Whoa.
I'm like, I'm cool.
What's a get? What do you mean? Like get like a naked? You know, Kenny Loggins allegedly played live from the redwoods to like a naked crowd.
To a naked crowd.
It could just be folklore, but that's what I've heard.
We call it Kenny Loggins on the road. Like me and my keyboard player. Like, when you're on the road, like food it's always kind of sporadic what you're putting in your body, and like if you're drinking a lot too. So like if we're having like solid dumps, we call those Kenny Loggins. But if you're not, then it's called the Messina. So you're either Loggins or Messina on any given day. But
yeah, I can fly for one day and eat one meal. If as soon as I hit the road, instant diarrhea. It's every time instant diarrhea. My ass is a mess. I have baby wipes in my school bag that I always forget about.
Yeah.
And I get home and I get the check from the comedy club. I give it to my wife, and every time I open up for the check, I go, "Fuck! I had baby wipes this whole time."
Right.
Could have used those, but the tour bus must be crazy. Just a bunch of bros.
Bunch of bros. It starts smelling about 2 days in. It's a weird combo of smells, and you can never really track it down to one person. So it's hard to go to somebody and be like, "Hey, man, your hygiene's a problem."
Yeah.
Because there's 12 bunks, so it's like 12 combinations of odor.
You just got to walk by each one and kind of...
Well, it's just kind of the whole collective.
Have you ever confronted somebody for their hygiene on the bus?
I have.
How does that go?
I usually do it in a more of a passive way. I had a keyboard player one time I just bought deodorant for. I was just like, "Hey, man, I got you this." You just kind of, lightly approach it.
Yeah, that's how you handled the keyboard player like a teenage daughter, kind of.
Yeah,
it's like, I got you some deodorant.
Yeah, like
you're still beautiful, but you might want to try this.
Starting to funk.
That's kind of tight. So how's this run been versus other runs in terms of the tour? Do you ever like get back to a city and just realize like maybe how much you've grown as a person since the last time you've been to a place?
Man, yeah. This tour has been especially like that. We can really feel it, and like this half of the year has been mostly like we were talking about, like our B markets, like tertiary markets, to use an industry term.
Tertiary's nice. I never heard that one yet.
Tertiary markets.
So tertiary is B minus?
I guess. They're like,
Tertiary is so nice.
yeah, Marcus, we're going to put you on, we're going to be doing mostly tertiary markets, so, it's not going to be cost effective for us to do it this way, but we can do it.
Yeah.
And they just kind of give you the whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because we haven't really done it like this before. We kind of already had a tour planned, and then we moved the record release up. So the first leg of the album release tour ended up being only tertiary markets, which is kind of nice because it gives us like 6 to 9 months to build the rollout for like our A+ markets within the same window of release.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
That makes sense. And when you say build it, what do you mean by build it up? I mean
just like, more time to promote the shows.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I thought you said like work on I guess you already have the album done, because that's kind of unfortunately in the tertiary markets a lot of figuring it out. Yeah, it's a lot of like, hey guys, I'm gonna figure this out in front of you. Sorry, I'm gonna do a really good show in Chicago, but Des Moines is getting
Chicago's
the crap.
Gonna be great, man. But Madison, Indiana, you're gonna get fucked.
No horn players for you guys.
We're filling some things out. Yeah, it's like the no horn players, and a lot of times what I recognize now is like, a lot of dudes bring their wives, and their wives are like, "Where's Briley?" Which is my wife. Because she sings with us sometimes, and she doesn't come out all the time.
Gotcha.
But when she's not there, I've seen some real disappointed lady folks.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
No, that's true.
With trucker hats, just
waiting for
unhappy. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of just kind of like faking them out?
Yeah, just how so?
Put on the dress, dude. Like, oh, she'll be right back, guys. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
No, my wife gets she'll go to shows every now and now. She'll get like recognized, and it's kind of funny to like see that and see like people like, Brittany, what's going on?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know how she feels about it. I think she loves it deep down, but she gets kind of like she's freaked out.
4-time WNBA superstar.
Yeah, the first 3 weeks of that were really like, she was shell shocked because she didn't realize, neither of us really did, how like wide that went, how far that went. She would just like go out to get coffee, and it'd be like 4 people like WNBA.
Yeah, dude.
She'd be like, That sports crowd is like a whole other thing, man. I know.
When you tap into that market, like those fans are buck wild.
I would argue it's like the biggest thing, honestly.
It's like a religion. Like people feel really like, okay to like fight about that.
Yeah. Or just kind of like, I was just at a birthday party recently, and it was, there's nothing wrong with it. The guy was just like, oh, she must be like an Eagles fan. And it's just so disappointing when you're in a group of dudes somewhere and you go, yeah, I don't really care. I like support them in spirit, but I don't really care to watch it. I don't know anything about it. And you just watch them go, well, fuck, man. I don't know what we're going to talk about now.
Dude,
sorry, brother.
That's my whole life.
Yeah, no sports.
Yeah, like especially like Briley's friends, or like any of our small town friends. Like I'm sure you've been in a situation where you got to meet other husbands, and they're like, "Yeah, man, well, hurricanes are looking good this year."
Yeah,
or like whatever the fuck else they're talking about. And I'm like, I don't really watch sports, man.
It's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer.
But I try. But that's almost worse when you try to engage, and then they start hitting you with facts that really go over your head.
Yeah.
And then you got to say, I'm just bullshitting, man.
Yeah. I'll try to get, although too, I feel like in those sports convos, you can be like, I'll fake the fun too. I'll be like, yeah, man, we won the Super Bowl last year, so you know how that is. And then they'll be like, what do you think? Exactly. What do you think about the big man? And I'm like, damn, I don't know who the fucking big man is.
They're all
and then
big.
I'll just show my ass. I'll be like, who the big man is? They're talking about the team I'm supposed to be a fan of. They're not even from the city. And I'm like, you're the big man you speak of. Donovan McNabb, perhaps? I don't know. Yeah, it's a bummer. I've gotten more. I've like just gotten more upfront with it. My lack of sports knowledge and interest, but it is like, just disappointing because they're like, damn, dude, we could have like bonded over this, but
I've tried. My wife walked in one day and I was watching football and I was like, actively trying to engage and watch it, and she just laughed at me. She laughed and she's like, "What the hell are you doing? Are you watching football?" I was like, "I'm trying to," and I just really didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, if it's on, like, it's cool, but I have to be somewhere with someone else, and it happens to be on. If that makes sense, then I can watch it. But I would feel insane. I think I've tried it too myself. Like, I'm gonna sit down and watch the game. I'm gonna be a real guy, and then I sat down. It's just like, oh, dude, this is so fucking long, dude. I wish I could do something else right now. It's so fucking boring.
We watched the World Series the other night, and that was fun. Our tour manager's from Toronto, so he had a lot, on the line, and he was very excited. And
crushed.
Yeah, we all really wanted to see him. We wanted to see the Blue Jays lose just because we knew he was going to be insufferable if they won. But man, when they lost, it was actually really sad for him. And we all immediately felt bad.
That was a tough one for everybody because people were torn between patriotism and how much everyone hates LA.
Yep.
So a lot of people I talked to were like, fuck the Dodgers. I don't want the fucking Dodgers to win. They were just pretty much against their country.
Yeah. It was an interesting one.
That's pretty true. Everyone I know is kind of like, fuck the Dodgers. I'd rather see Canada win.
Not on our bus.
Yeah.
We're rooting Team USA, baby.
Team USA, I can support that. I was, again, just spineless like usual. I was like, oh, yeah, I could see Canada winning. And then, the Dodgers started winning. I'm like, oh, that's good, too. But
that's good, too.
I'd never want to empower Canada. That is true. I do feel that way as well.
Nah, me neither, man.
And I feel like being against the Dodgers, as a lot of these guys are, I think it's kind of anti-Semitic to be against the Dodgers. So I think you guys should really think about that.
Yeah.
I think your hatred of the Dodgers is really charged by your anti-Semitism.
Stop Asian hate, man. You got to support the Dodgers.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Saying anti-Semite, stop Asian hate is very funny. Master.
I've been to basketball games. I've been to football games and hockey games. I like hockey a little bit, but when I'm at the game, at a basketball game, I'm like, I'm gonna get into this. I'm a basketball guy now, and then it just never sticks.
No, as soon as dude, I think Nate, you probably did. You check stats and shit. Yeah, see, that's where I'm going. I can watch. I have friends that are I thought the same thing. I'm gonna start watching. I'm gonna follow. He's like, I just see him Googling stats from all the players. I'm like, bro, what?
I always feel like I'm so behind. You know? It's weird.
This episode is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. I'm constantly looking for my keys and my chapstick, my glasses, headphones, and charger, etc. I lose them almost every day, and the longest time I've spent looking for something is about 17 minutes. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice if we had a superpower that helped us find exactly what we need right at that moment, which I have. It's called a wife. Luckily, for my hiring managers out there, you've at least got the next best thing, ZipRecruiter. Try it free at ziprecruiter.com/MSSP. There's a reason ZipRecruiter continues to be named the #1 hiring site based on, get this, G2. And that's because it does most of the work for you using its powerful matching technology to scan through thousands of resumes and to connect you with top talent almost instantly. Want to know right away how many qualified candidates are in your area? Look no further than ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employees who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Ooh, I kind of would like to try that, man. See, I just want to see. I'm not really hiring currently, but I want to see how many qualified candidates there are. Kind of like Megan's Law, you know what I mean? But not with, obviously, horrible pedophiles, but with qualified candidates. Check them out on my zip code. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/MSSP. Again, that's ziprecruiter.com/MSSP. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to live. Yeah, you just got to. I really think you can watch SportsCenter. I think if you were to take 30 minutes a day to watch SportsCenter, you can get through. I think it's the point of the show.
Yeah.
You could get through. You could chat enough where you'd be like, "Yo, you see that catch? The Steelers, see that one catch?" And you let them fill in the blanks and be like, "No, I only saw the clip of the catch. I didn't see the game."
Yeah.
Or just get really into sports gambling.
Oh yeah, right.
That'll help you pay attention.
It just get really deep into gambling.
That was the one time I've ever been able to pay attention when I tried to become a bookie in college. And I actually, even then I didn't watch the games. I did one game and I'm like, I see the allure. This is great. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to check my voicemail later and see. And people, yeah, they took advantage of the fact I wasn't watching because they kept just being like, double down, double down, double down. And eventually I was like, fuck. They would hit.
I never got into gambling, man. I've been pretty much addicted to everything else, but
gambling.
Yeah,
that's a good one though. Gambling's the one that really kind of can get you. And it's also like, I would say it's the lamest addiction. Drugs is like, there's kind of like a fucking, it's kind of sick on some level.
right.
It can kill you. It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Sex, kind of sick as well.
Hell yeah.
Gambling's just pathetic when you're like, I just thought these guys would win and now everything's ruined.
My life's ruined. It's interesting to be addicted to something that takes like a little bit of skill and like knowledge and like a little bit of planning.
True.
Which I guess drug use takes a little planning as well.
Yeah.
But I was always addicted to things that allowed me to let go of everything and not feel anything.
Well, apparently, and the more I've read about it, gambling does do that for some people. For me, it's just I just have anxiety the whole time until I either win and become euphoric or lose and feel like a loser.
Yeah.
But there's people with gambling who like it's more so just that time in between like hands or like during the game where they get into a flow state where it's just like it's not even from what I've heard about it. It's like it's not even about winning or losing. It's about you're just kind of like you're fully on while you don't know what's going to happen. They get addicted to that feeling.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but still lame. Still a lame way to go out.
It's pretty lame, but I think the lamest would be I had a problem with laxatives.
What?
Yeah. And then I realized like a doctor told me that like it's a form of like bulimia.
Yeah.
Cuz I did like when I was like 19, 20, like I used to throw up all my meals and stuff.
Okay.
It was a shitty time. But then, like, I started taking laxatives, which is like a different form of it, I guess.
Yeah, I would say the better.
Yeah, I would say it's an improvement.
How'd you get busted with the lax?
Dude, I shit my pants in Japan.
Damn.
I just got like completely hammered drunk, and like one sneeze sent me over the edge. At my drummer's birthday dinner, I was
So
like,
you were drinking on the lax?
yeah, I was drinking on the lax. We'd gotten to Japan and like, you know, we had this great big dinner, and I was like, just got completely hammered, and like, you know, I was speaking the little bit of Japanese I know, and just being really loud.
Fuck.
And yeah,
Well, it's just really funny to think of a restaurant full of like old Japanese people being like, you know, they're probably shit talking Americans. Just like they're so unruly and like, oh, they're fine. And then you stand up and give a speech and shit your pants. Just hammered.
yeah, it was me.
How bad? What'd you do? How'd you, because it's tough. It's one thing if you shit your pants when you're sober, you're kind of tactical about it. When you're drunk, it's like, you're on your back foot for sure.
I'll say like, I thought I could save it. You know, I went to the bathroom and like, I was like, you know, the boxer briefs are done for, so they went in the garbage, and then I went back, and I mean we were having dinner at the hotel we were staying in.
Yeah,
you know, I could have called it a night, but I went back to the dinner. I sat down again, and like started drinking more and raging more, and then I shit my pants again.
No.
And then I was like, all right. There's
first time
you
shit your underwear the first time.
Yeah.
Then you finally shat your pants. Oh my god, dude.
And once that happens, you gotta call it a night. And my boy Kyle walked me back up to the room, and I was just like, you know, when you're drunk, you know, everything's a lot bigger.
Yeah. And
I was like, I've always been one to kind of like get ahead of the story. So I was walking through the lobby like, hey, how's everybody doing? I shit my pants. But nobody spoke English, and I was just yelling in people's faces. But it's probably good that I quit drinking.
Yeah, I would say. How long did you drink for?
Dude, like my whole life, man. I started drinking and smoking when I was like 11.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just like part of the biz for me, but I feel a lot better without it. I still encourage people to get drunk around me.
Yeah, true.
Because drinking was always this thing to like lower that like you know,
inhibitions.
Yeah.
Oh, so you lower theirs. That's actually kind of nice.
Everybody else does it, and then you're just kind of, you know.
Yeah, you look at these drunk idiots.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, that's kind of nice. You tell everyone, like, yeah, because that's, I guess if you don't drink, I would worry people are like not drinking on my account. It's like, yeah, you want people to live their lives.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I would do that. I would, if I know someone's sober, I like won't drink on purpose, and it's like an uncomfortable thing. But I knew someone before who did that, where I was like all prepared to have like a super sober weekend with them, and they just fucking got after it, and I was like, oh shit, all right, this isn't good.
Yeah, but
Turned out not to be.
it's always it's a good feeling when that tide really turns though, and you do lock in and you start drinking. That's
when you say
that's a fun feeling when you just say fuck it.
Yeah,
I did that with Bert Kreischer one time.
just got hammered.
I just got hammered. Like, I fell off the wagon after like a 9-month stint. I fell off the wagon in San Diego, and then I went up and I had the Bert cast the next day, and I was hungover when I got to Bert's house, and it was the first time he and I had met. So this is a couple years ago, and when I walked in, we just immediately just locked in. You know,
Yeah.
he was like starting a sober journey. I was hungover. I was like, I'm hurting, and then we really got after it. And if you watch that,
That's so sick. You knocked him off his wagon.
we knocked each other off, and we were both wading around in the deep end. And then the next day, I had to speak at a Sober Nation event.
Oh, how'd that feel?
It felt really bad.
Sober, that's so funny. So you're at least sober for the Sober Nation, though.
I was hungover,
Oh,
and I had to speak at this like panel, this discussion about sobriety and music.
how did you handle that one?
I just had to be honest.
Yeah, fucked up.
First thing I said was like, the thing about the wagon is you fall off the wagon, you get back on, which was true. And I really had to finesse that because I felt a little judgment.
Yeah, I bet.
My management was, they were pretty terrified, horrified. They didn't really want me to do it. And I was like, look, no, I got this. Because really that is the thing about sobriety that I think scares a lot of people about it. Like, I think one day of sobriety is just as good as 10 years because you're just as close to fucking it up.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't really matter.
Dude, it's, obviously not the same. I've been trying to get off of coffee, and that was like, it was fucking impossible. Because I can like take or leave drinking, whatever. Coffee was one, like, it's so fucking hard. Caffeine in general, it's so hard to get off of that.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, the longer I go, the more likely I am to be like, I'm gonna have a fucking cup of coffee, dude. That shit's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Better. And again, it's not like drinking, but it's just tough, man. I don't know like how people quit heroin. I'm like, how? It's impossible.
Yeah.
I can hardly quit caffeine. I'm like, how do you quit heroin?
That's one that I never got after. But
That's good.
I think I'd really like it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Be fucking awesome, dude.
I got family members that got into the opiates, and they said it's pretty great.
Yeah.
But they also said makes you a little constipated.
Yes.
And
So
I said,
you got the cure for that.
can't do that.
You got the cure.
I do have the cure. I guess I could supplement that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people too. A lot of the opiate people got in. Meth made a big, like, it rose in the East Coast pretty hard with following the heroin.
Yeah.
So a lot of people I knew who got into the opiates, the meth came around like late stage opiate addiction. That was kind of interesting.
What's funny about meth is like my dad, he's a boomer generation guy. So like in the 80s, meth was more like casually used,
Yeah.
and he would just like casually do meth.
Now, like, would
Like
they
snorting
smoke
it.
Snorting it, okay.
When you start smoking it, that's the problem. And like, I actually have a friend in Georgia, and her Aunt Patty, she's the shit. And she's like a massive Kid Rock fan. She's so awesome. And she has like 15 Instagram accounts, and she just like,
Sick.
because she forgets her password and she just makes a new one, and she signs everything Aunt Patty or Patty Poo. But she's like, man, I wake up in the morning, do a line, clean the house. It's like recreational, and it's
Dang.
sick.
As long as you snort it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it burned really badly when you snorted it.
I mean, ketamine burns pretty bad when you snort it.
What is?
Ketamine.
Okay.
That burnt pretty bad.
Maybe I'm
when
just a giant pussy. I'm over here talking about like, quitting caffeine. It's like, yeah, I hear you about sobriety. I've quit caffeine for 4 days.
Dude, I couldn't quit caffeine.
It's hard. A quick break from the show for a special segment called More or Less, and it's brought to you by Prize Picks. No matter the season, the action never stops on Prize Picks. Whether it's baseball, basketball, football, or anything in between, You can mix and match your favorite players, pick more or less on their stats, and play for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Prize Picks keeps the game going all year long.
So let's get into it.
Thank
What
you.
players from what sports are we looking at? I've been looking at basketball. I've been real big on VJ Edgecombe. That's my guy right now. Also, Giannis Antetokounmpo from, can I say teams? Shit.
You can say teams.
From the Milwaukee Bucks.
Shane, you can say teams.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Shane, you sound so different right now.
Sorry. Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo. More, always, constantly on Giannis. And Tyrese Maxey is another guy I'm pretty excited on. More for points. Maybe less assists, but definitely more for points.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. Okay. So that's our take. Now it's time to lock in yours with Prize Picks. Don't just stand your faves, stand on business. Win real money with your best takes. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite football players with players from women's basketball, hockey, esports, and much more. Pick more or less on their stat projection for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Prize Picks is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. And here's the good news. You don't have to make it your whole life. Just submit your picks in 60 seconds or less. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code DRENCH to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DRENCH to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks.
Run your game.
Yeah.
Like, so when did you like? Because I started drinking pretty early, and then when did it it never kind of got away from me. When did it start to where you're like, this is fully getting away from me? It was like an everyday, all day thing, or just kind of like when you did drink, it was a disaster.
Yeah, I think too, it was in combination with antidepressants and benzodiazepine.
Oh boy.
So in combination with those other drugs, and then I just enjoyed drinking. So that's where I really started enjoying cocaine, because it just resets, it just brings you back, but it's fake.
Yeah.
And then you keep drinking. And then you can do that 2 or 3 times in an evening until you just can't anymore. And then you're pissing yourself drunk.
Yeah.
And then 6 or 7 in the morning comes around and somebody has to take care of you. And I did that for a while. And I think the thing that really, meeting my wife was really the thing that motivated me to change it up. But even then, I thought that I could drink like a gentleman,
Yeah.
So I tried to do that for a year.
A different glass and
Yeah. I was I can have a nice glass of whiskey, and then that would always turn into 18 beers. And I just, I thought I'm happy now I can drink, but there's something deep in me, something deeply rooted that just wants it to go completely off the rails, get tore out the frame.
That makes sense. So after, I see what you're saying. So you pretty much have a couple drinks, and the train starts fucking rolling. It's all right.
Yeah, once I break the seal, man, I'm ready to go for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. It's kind of sick, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too, is I had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
I had a lot of good times. I had a lot of bad times. But, those few bad times were bad enough to outweigh the good times, I guess.
Yeah. Well, also, too, I feel like there's a thing with aging where it's it is fun. And then the older you get, you're like, dude, I have to either fully pursue this and become an old drinker, or just stop, basically. Or really lighten it down. I don't even like drinking that much anymore. It's obviously I do if you give me 3 drinks, I'm I love this.
Yeah.
Put me out in the sunlight on the beach. I'm this is amazing. But just as a daily or even a semi-frequent thing, it's just dude, after you stop for a while and you start again, you really feel shitty. Even after only 3 or 4 drinks, the next day I'm just ugh.
Yeah.
Feel terrible.
And 3 or 4 drinks and knowing I'm going to feel bad, that's just...
Exactly. It's kind of the worst. You might as well not do it.
Or I might as well just really do it.
Dial in,
Yeah.
Getting on and off. It would be nice to hire a team of people who could really manage getting off and on the wagon. Just stay with you at every moment, pull you down.
Yeah,
as soon as you grab Coke, they're smack it out of your hand.
Yeah, or they test it.
Yeah, test it for you. Calling hookers, they ma'am, he's drunk right now. He can't just hang up. Thank you, team.
Thank you. Like, take your phone from you.
But then at that point, it wouldn't even be fun.
I know, because it is like you said about the gambling. It's like the danger element of it.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy's got a bag of heat. It might kill me. Or it might be a good night. Might have baby laxative in it, which...
Yeah, that's a big thing, Coke. A lot of laxative in
A
Coke.
laxative in Coke.
Is that how you got into the lax, maybe?
Maybe. Maybe. That's
You
how
were
it
looking for the
started.
you were chasing the dragon lax with the Coke. The lax dragon.
The lax dragon.
It always made me laugh. The Coke, the baby laxative in Coke was always so funny. Because I knew guys who shit themselves at work from Coke. They'd be like, they shit at fucking baby laxative. And they would go buy more Coke that day. And I'm like, bro, slow it down.
Yeah. I mean, that's when it really got off the rails for me. I had a guy in Nashville that sold vintage clothing and sold cocaine.
It's hilarious.
It was like two of my favorite things.
Yeah, true.
And, you know, he was hooking me up with like really pure stuff. And that's when it got to where I was like, I would keep a little corner of a bag to get me going the next day.
Yeah.
If I had meetings or writing sessions and stuff. And that was no good.
Couldn't even use that like a gentleman?
No, I couldn't.
I've talked to people who try to claim Coke gentleman, and I've yet to see it.
I've seen it.
You've seen Coke
I've seen
gentleman?
it go down, and I always thought that I could do it. Like they have like the nice like silver platters with like lines, and they're drinking wine and listening to like records and shit. And I was always really into that idea.
Yeah.
It looks very charming.
Yeah, it does.
It would always turn into like 3-4 guys in a bathroom, huddle around a toilet.
You see the fucking Chargers game?
Yeah, talking about sports, snorting Coke.
Yeah, I've heard people try to say that. Like, well, actually in like Colombia, they like don't even use coffee. They just do like a little bit of Coke every morning. It's just like, how's that going?
Or they chew on it.
Yeah, the leaves, yeah.
But it's kind of like, and like in this business, especially like in the arts community, like you recognize like wealthy people. There's like super lowbrow folks like do drugs and smoke cigarettes, and then middle class like kind of boycotts that whole lifestyle, and then the upper echelon they do it too.
Oh yeah.
You know, people are. That was what I was really surprised by. Was like the amount of people doing casual Coke and people smoking cigs. I still rip cigs, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean the caffeine cig combo is the
it's the best.
yeah, kind of you can really get by on that, honestly.
That's what that's me right now.
Yeah, I was a big nicotine caffeine guy before I gave both up 4 days ago. But I fell
4 days, man.
I fell to those little things, not the pouches, the like little. They're like a tablet that dissolve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would do them, but I have such a sensitive system. I would have like a coffee, and then sometimes those nicotine tablets would turn on me, and it's just like the head rush from too much nicotine too fast is like.
Yeah.
I'm just being a giant pussy right now, but
Those Zen
for real,
pouches
it would-
give me hiccups.
do
You
that?
ever get
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. No, I almost threw up in front of my family. I was walking. We were at the airport. I was with Sean, and I was just trying to be
Nice.
I just started doing the little nicotine tabs, and I'll be honest, I felt so fucking cool. Like when I was doing, like, you know, like when you're a kid, you're like cigs are fucking cool.
Yeah.
I had the nicotine patch, and I just something about keeping something in your bottom lip just strikes me as so macho.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be like, dude, this is sick. I'm with my kids and with Sean. Just walking through the airport with my thing sticking out of my lip. And then we got to baggage claim, and I was like, and I almost fucking vomited. I didn't take it out and threw it on the ground. I was like, Sean, I'm about to throw the fuck up, dude.
That's tight.
Yeah, I'm a giant bitch. But yeah, there is something to it though, man, of like, because I do have that just desire to constantly like minusculely alter my consciousness. I always want to do something. Like,
Yeah.
and I've noticed it without like caffeine, now I'm kind of like, I should have one drink before bed. Or like there's always some kind of shit that I want to do, like just even a little bit, the mushroom microdoses. So I've been trying to just like,
Same.
oh yeah, which I'm not against them at all. But there is something in my head where I'm like, I should get a little bit fucked up today.
Now, me and my dad talk about it all the time because my dad's like that.
Yeah.
And like, he really, especially like going before playing a show, he's like, I don't know what to do because I need something
Yeah.
to alter my state of mind before I go and do this. I just want to feel good.
Yeah.
Because especially he's got like arthritis and like, he's 72, so he's tired. He's aging and he doesn't like it and he wants to feel something.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'll have like, maybe I could do like one drink. I'm like, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy wanted to give me a Jaeger bomb. You think that would be good? And I was like, no. I try to get him to do
Who
it.
is this guy, by the way?
Yeah.
Who's this guy being like, hey, 70-year-old, here's a Jaeger
I know,
bomb.
man. That's what I'm saying. Like, people have like no inhibitions when they're like getting fucked up. They want to drag somebody else down. 72-year-old man, that's low hanging fruit.
Hit him with the bomb.
I'm gonna bring this guy down with me.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, my dad quit drinking when I was probably in like 4th or 5th grade. And I remember, but he would drink like 60 ounces of coffee a day. Not exaggerating. He would drink 2 24s and then a 16. And I remember asking him, like, dude, like, what's up with it? Because I would like go to work with him and try to even drink one 24-ounce cup. And I'd be fucking spinning out. And I'm like, why do you drink so much coffee? And he was like, dude, I quit drinking. You got to abuse something, man. He's like, you got to. He just held it down like that. Now he's like slow. He had some atrial fibrillation, so he chilled. He doesn't do as much coffee, but now it's just like 4 cigars a day. He's addicted to the buzz. I'm a bit of a buzz man myself. I just want the buzz. I don't want to get super fucked up, but I do need the buzz.
Bit of a buzz man myself.
Bit of a Buzz Aldrin.
Was it? I can't remember if it was you or your brother that said one of my favorite quotes of all time. I think was from your dad. Was like, "I need you from the neck down."
That's
today.
my dad. Hit me with that.
That's so tight.
Such a dickhead.
That's a great line, though.
Yeah, I was working demolition with him, and I was like trying to give. Because like eventually, I went to college. I became a man. And I was still doing demolition with him.
Yeah.
I was like, what if we did this? And he hit me with, I just need you from the neck down today, bud. I don't need any thoughts from you. I need you to move those rocks from A to B.
That's so good. That's too good.
Yeah, he fucking killed me.
Yeah.
I really loved working with him though, because I was so bad at that kind of, like demolition was okay because it doesn't take as much, like, it's not carpentry where I got to like line stuff up. But there is just something really fun because I would always be like, I talked about it in my first special. I'd be just like so stoned at work with my dad, and we'd be like in like a trench down in like the ground, that's like in like the dirt. And I would just like be high, like, damn, this is so sick. Me and my dad are 5 feet underground right now. It's fucking so tight.
That's awesome.
It was tight. Every chance he got, he'd be like, bro, you got to figure something. This kind of work is not for you. And I'd be like, right on.
Right on.
He could tell I was kind of a space cadet.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my dad on like my pre-show buzz is like, I'll smoke a joint. I call it a Carolina Speedball.
That's not bad.
Smoke a joint and drink like 2 Red Bulls.
Woo.
Sugar-free Red Bulls. And then because like my anxiety, my stage fright, all that is like, you're tired, you should go to bed.
Really?
That's what my anxiety does to me. Like right before I have to do something important, it's like, no, you're actually really tired because it's like a defense mechanism. It's a fight or flight kind of thing. So I supplement that with like Red Bull, and it's not the best, but again, to your point, I got to abuse something.
Yeah. Well, dude, here's my thing. I've tried. I had big dreams of being like cup of coffee, hit the stage kind of guy. Panic attack.
You had a panic attack?
Oh, big time. I've had like 50 on stage, but this was a big one where I was like, oh my! I was telling me and Nate were. This is kind of cracking me up, but slightly unrelated. But last week we were in Tulsa, and one of our friends out there gave us some really nice weed that he grew. It was fucking phenomenal. So we did the shows. So I know enough because if I get high before I do stand up, it's just like so many words involved. Yeah. It's like a nightmare for me to get stoned. But we did the shows, and we're going to do the meet and greet after the show. So after the second show, we smoked. This guy left his baseball bat of a joint. Mm-hmm. We smoked half of it, and we started doing the meet and greet. And I was so high that I almost pulled the plug on the meet and greet, which would have been a total disaster.
Yeah.
To get like 7 people in, to have like 30 people left, and be like, guys, I'm sorry, I'm too fucking high, I gotta get out of here, or just to like make up some bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, there's pictures. I have a picture on my phone. It's my eyes are crazy. Just like, but yeah, that was. I was talking to my friend Del Calo. He's like, you should have stopped every single person, shook their hand, and be like, sorry, I'm canceling the meet and greet. I'm too high. I'm too high.
Oh, John Del Calo?
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious.
He's so funny. He's actually here. He's here right now. But that was, for me. I used to, when I asked you earlier about the go to different cities, and you're like, wow, years have passed, and I just feel like a different person. I had that in Buffalo. One of the first headlining things I did was in Buffalo. Just an absolute nervous wreck of being like, I shouldn't be here. This is fucked up. I'm going to fuck this up. I'm going to ruin it. It was just nonstop. And then I got there this year, and I just felt great. And I was like, damn, I was fucked up. I didn't realize how fucked I was like 3 years ago. It's pretty cool.
It's fun when you go to a new city and, you can feel that growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was too high on stage the other night, actually.
You got too stoned?
In Little Rock.
No.
Yeah, and it was Halloween, so I was dressed like an asshole, and I was too high, and I saw a video of myself, and I was just looking at my eyes, and like, but on stage, what was happening was like, I get so high that I have like this like outer body, like, I can kind of see what's happening, like, and then I'll come back to it, and I'm like, I'm singing right now.
That's wild.
I'm singing. I'm yelling at these people
Dang.
through a microphone. It's crazy.
So is that do you feel good when you go out of body like that?
No.
Or is that, okay, I was going to say.
It's not.
I've done that during stand-up, and I'm like, I'm glad you enjoy that because I don't like that at all.
No,
when I
man.
completely leave my body and I'm speaking in my brain, I can hear other words in my brain.
It's not good.
No, that's why I can't smoke weed to do stand-up. I can maybe a little bit, but if it's like a show where I've sold tickets or anything, it's like because I would like when people would happen to me is like I wanted to be one of those guys too, like get blazed and go do stand-up, and like people would laugh, and while people were laughing, I would just like almost forget what I was doing. I'd be like, all right, I have to keep talking now. This is weird. I'm eliciting this like primal response from them. It's not good.
I was thinking about it last night, like actually playing a show, like because when I'm playing, I work really hard to try to be as present as possible and try to be in the moment as I can. But sometimes you just can't help but like have outside thoughts that come in.
Yeah.
It's like transcendental meditation. You got to just try to find your happy place again. But one of my thoughts last night was like how willing I am to believe that somebody would buy a ticket just to come and stand in the front row and laugh at me.
So that just
was
crawled
my
into you.
thought
That was a
last
brain
night.
worm. You had a brain worm.
Had a brainworm.
Oh, that's brutal.
Little RFK, man. It slipped in there, and it was like, these guys are laughing at you right now.
What?
I don't know why it came into my brain, but it got in there, and I was like, I just battled that. I was like, nah, there's no way they're laughing at me.
That would be. I would never even think it for a second.
Yeah, it's really weird.
No, I get it though, dude. Well, I mean, at least with music, it's like people can talk while you're playing. You're not like expecting them staring ahead silently. With stand up, if I see someone even whisper to their friend, I'm like, they hate me.
It's all over.
And it's like I'm watching it go down, or I'll see people's faces, and I'm like, because if you're playing music and someone's just staring normal, are you like, what the fuck? Why is that person not smiling or anything? Or you just play?
I mean, we played a festival the other day. It was like the worst crowd of the whole tour.
Really?
We were on like right before Riley Green, and Riley Green has a pretty specific fan base, and everybody in like the VIP pit. It's the worst when they have like the VIP pit and then the GAs in the back, because like all my people are back there.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're spending $30 for a ticket. Like we're not headlining, so I get it. All my people are back there. So I'm trying to keep that in mind, but everybody up here just doesn't give a shit so hard that it's offensive.
Yeah, that sucks.
People are like leaning on the rail, like texting or like scrolling on Instagram. And like, I'm just watching these people just like yawning and just like sitting down and like talking to each other like full volume to talk over what I'm doing.
Ugh.
But
That would piss me off.
But the ASL lady was like super into it at that festival, and that kept me going.
Oh, you had a sign language lady there.
Yeah, she was rocking.
What?
Mm-hmm.
She was doing your lyrics?
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. I never thought about that.
It's always fun to watch. But we did like a last minute set list change, and I wanted to go ask her like what she did for that, because we added a song to the set that we didn't like brief her about.
She was able to kind of let it fly.
Like on the fly, like, what is she saying? Like, is she saying it like after I say it, she says it? Because obviously she can't do it at the same time.
Yeah, true.
Because I didn't tell her this song. So like, is she kind of like bullshitting the folks in the crowd? She's like, he's saying this right now, but I actually said it on the last verse.
Dude, I can't get over the thought of just a guy going to one of your shows and then the middle is being like, ha, 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 ha,
yeah,
and laughing. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, laughing. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
It is crazy.
That's all I want. I would love. It's funny.
Yeah,
your
that is
worst
what you
nightmare.
want.
I'm going like, dude, that's my best case scenario.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's a fucking dumbass and just laughing at me. So I'm like, perfect.
Yeah,
that's funny. Well, I would say I talk to people who do music and they're like, I don't know, stand-up's harder. And I don't know. I've played music before live, and it's like getting the instant feedback with stand-up helps big time. But like that was my big thing. You get done a song and you're like, I don't know if I don't know if people like this or not. That like kind of fucked me up.
We try to do our set like where there's not any dead space.
Yeah.
There's no moment for a lull.
Yeah.
Because that's the part where you start to feel any kind of hesitation.
Yeah, like how do you battle through that? Again, with stand-up, it's like you get laughs or you don't. So it's very clear. You're like, I'm doing great, I'm doing bad, whatever. But yeah, with music, it was just kind of people just like staring at you, talking and listening. And then afterwards, you get like your smattering of applause. But
it's interesting because you come around to like when you have a house full of people who all came to see you, that's when you get like the real like reciprocation and you can tell you're doing something right. But you do have to go through like a number of like stinkers, you know?
yeah.
And when you have like 2 or 3 of those in a row, which was kind of the case this last week, was like 2 or 3 in a row where the crowd was just like not great.
Yeah.
And like it's nothing to do with them. Like sometimes it could just be like it's a Thursday night, everybody worked all day. The show goes to like 11 o'clock. People are tired, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can get in your head about it. But then you finally get to a show where everybody's locked in. It's a weekend. Everybody's happy to be there. And they really give you that reciprocation. That's what we're hunting.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. I remember I had with acting, I was always like, well, with acting, like you just can't tell if you do good or not. Like stand up, people laugh. Acting, you just do it and that's just it. And I had that in my head where it was kind of like just me coping, like, you just never know. And then I was on a set and someone finished their scene, the whole set burst out in applause, and I was like, fuck it, god damn it.
Yeah.
There is a metric for acting. I've just never gotten it before.
Oh, man. That's a tough realization.
Acting's weird because it's like, you're just like, you do your best, and they go, all right, that's good, move on. And you're like, what the fuck? Is it good or not? And they're like, yeah, we'll figure it out. And you're like, fuck.
It's kind of like that in the studio when you're recording.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do have someone there that's like, all right, we'll mash it together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that would make me nervous.
Yeah.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Things always seem to get frantic and overwhelming as the end of the year approaches. And the shorter, colder, darker days don't help. It can make you feel gloomy and melancholic at times, to be honest. That's why now, especially now, it's important to take a second and reach out and connect with the people around you. Meaning, like if you're on a crowded subway, grab their arm. I've been thinking about checking in with... I've been thinking about checking in with my daddy. And I actually did talk to my daddy. He caught a fish and he sent me a picture. And I said, that's a hell of a fish, daddy. I love you, daddy. And he said, don't talk to me like that, boy. But I will kiss him before the New Year's over. Taking that like a peck. Taking that first step to check in is an easy and simple thing to do. More often than not, you'll probably be kicking yourself why you didn't do it sooner. And guess what? That's also true for therapy. All right. There's another riff here. Here we go. Therapy is an excellent addition to any support system because, well, I've already said this before. Most of your friends and family are probably giant dumbasses, so it's helpful to have somebody with a little bit of goddamn education talk to you about your life problems, although sometimes they can just be dumber than your family in other ways, so you got to be careful. But it is an opportunity to get outside perspective. It can teach you positive coping skills. Talking with a qualified therapist can make a world of difference, and thanks to BetterHelp, it's never been easier to find the right therapist for you. They have over 12 years of experience matching people with credentialed therapists. So, this month, don't wait to reach out, whether you're checking in with a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself. BetterHelp makes it easier to take the first step. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at betterhelp.com/MSSP. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP. Guys, in terms of shows, I will actually be in Naples, Florida this weekend. Please come out. 11/7, 11/8. That's this weekend, Naples, Florida. It's going to be huge. Comedy on State, Madison, Wisconsin. I believe it's sold out, but I think I added a early Saturday show. So Madison, Wisconsin, get on that if you wish. And then 12/19, 12/20, Funny Bone Comedy Club, Syracuse, New York. Get out there, guys. You can go to mattmccusker.com for tickets.
And tonight, the day this comes out, November 4th, come see me, Lemaire, and Sean at Optimal Noctis at Creek in the Cave. And there's another one, November 18th. That's another Tuesday, first and third Tuesdays every month. Come see me, Lemaire and Sean. Thank you so much.
We can do the Chappelle Show. Back to the show.
Have you? I guess you've sent in like audition tapes.
I did one before.
That's a pretty terrible feeling.
Oh, it was pretty horrible. I sent one in.
I sent one in for this Netflix thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
I sent one in. Guess what? I sent one in. My one connection in life, I happen to know the producer of the show. No callback. I thought I was going to finally get the Nepo baby out. I was like, dude, I know the producer. Slight little family, little family action. I was like, here we go. I would have taken it in a fucking heartbeat. I don't care. But yeah, no callback.
Damn.
NCB. And then I was on a plane with somebody who was working. I saw they had like a bag. They were on that show. I should have just pressed her and been like, yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What's going on?
What the fucks? Do you know who my cousin's uncle is?
We're about to get kicked off this flight.
You have any idea who my cousin's uncle is? Who I've met once?
I did. I actually got a call back, but I was out of the country.
Oh,
when they
really?
were filming. Yeah.
Good for you.
But
What, you're doing some acting?
I thought about it, man. They called me because they wanted me to do this part, and like,
Oh, dude, you were
I kind of had but it was a small part, but
still.
yeah,
Mine was minuscule.
yeah.
No call, NCB.
NCB.
Sending the tape, bro. It feels, although I've gotten better with that. Like I've gotten out of my head about a lot of that shit where it's like, just do it, man. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just show your fucking ass.
I just like. Have you ever seen like people's like audition tapes when they like get out there? They're
yeah.
like, here's an audition tape. It's like they're always so embarrassing.
It's totally embarrassing.
So I'm really worried about that.
There's
day.
one of me now floating around. It fucking stinks. And I just, but I've just learned to just be like, whatever. I'm just going to let it kind of rip. And
Right.
yeah, I don't worry too much about humiliation that much as I used to.
I know, man, and I don't either. I try not to. I think honestly, like microdosing helped a lot with that.
Yeah.
It helped with my panic attacks. Like even now when I get too high, I'm like, just enjoy it because it's gonna be over. Just let this be an experience.
True.
I just look at my drummer like.
That is the key. If you're too high, you do have to tell a person.
You got to tell somebody.
If you don't tell anyone, it gets worse and worse and worse. I fucked myself recently on an edible, and I held it in for the longest time. Then I eventually just told one person, and instantly I feel so much better.
Oh, dude, I quoted you on Halloween. Actually, I got on the mic. I was like, "We're through the worst of it now."
I really did thought I had acid figured out. I'm like, guys, I'm camping this. It's 3 hours in. It's 12 hours long.
We're through the worst of it now. And I said that to the audience, and they're like, "What?
What are you talking about?
And I almost broke that fourth wall and told them, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm way too high to do this. But you can't say that.
I feel like they would like it.
They would enjoy it.
I think so.
I'll tell them next
As long
time.
as you're not at the Sober Nation, dude. But guys, I gotta be honest, I'm way too fucking high for this right now.
Sober Nation, they wouldn't appreciate it. But.
Yeah, weed for me is it's an interesting one. That was when I started early. At 19 years old, I was like, this is the answer to literally all my problems. Mm-hmm. And then it started just bugging me out at like my mid 20s, late 20s. It was like a guaranteed panic attack. And now it's the same thing. Like if I've bugged out so many times that I just look at my like watch and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna bug out now for an hour and then it'll be over and then that's it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do wonder, I go, why do I even do this? But
What?
I feel like I need a little bit of THC in my brain.
I
Like when
think
it
I think
fully
it helps.
leaves my system, I can feel it and I feel like weird.
It's interesting.
I feel like serious.
Yeah.
When I swear to God, when the THC, when it all goes, I get real fucking. Like I'm gonna go to fucking confession and fucking
Go to confession.
yeah. I get like really serious. I'm gonna start practicing the sacraments
Wow.
or just whatever other stuff too.
That's sick.
But yeah, I become like a 1950s father.
Oh, wow, dude.
You know what I mean? I just feel like I don't know. It's a weird feeling.
Start tucking your shirt in.
I want to tuck my shirt in so bad, dude.
Yeah.
I'm too fucking coward, too chicken shit. I like the feeling of having my shirt tucked in.
Man,
Like I genuinely really enjoy it, and I'm just too much of a coward to pull the trigger on it all the time.
when I started wearing my pants high and tight,
Bro.
and my true waistline, tugging my shirt in, I felt like a real
You feel
man.
amazing. Yeah, you feel amazing.
Ready to talk about sports.
Fuck. I'm gonna talk. I'll get a good day where I'll be tucked in, and then I'll just doubt myself.
Yeah.
I'll untuck, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's a nice tuck.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Man, dude. Well, dude, this is your second time here, dude. You're you're one of the best guests I think we've ever gotten.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, next time it's in the cards. Third time around, we'll get the big Shane. You'll be in the beautiful
We're gonna
guest
get the
chair.
big dog here, and next time
Get
it'll
the big
happen.
dog. It'd be nice. That's what my theory of podcast is: more the merrier.
I agree.
Whenever Shane's like, we have a guest, I'm like, yes, easier. Now we have 3 brains.
You guys make it easy. It's just it's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, it is. I did notice that when I did my little like press thing. A lot of podcasts do have a lot of formulas.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have any. So
Yeah,
we have a formula here. If we run out of material or stuff to talk about, we turn on Sean Lemaire and Nate. We start to attack them very personally, and if that fails, then we just make basically Nate Lemaire do stuff from their podcast on here. Like, do that thing you do on your podcast that we like, then we do that. So that's our formula. Talk as much as we can, turn on them. So what's next, man? What do you got going forward? You got the album out.
Man,
And the album fucking rules. I'm dead serious.
you.
I was blasting that thing. It's awesome.
thanks, man. So we got the B-sides coming out, which there's a song on the record called No Room for Blue.
Yep.
So we're calling like the B-sides release, like the deluxe edition. We're calling it No Room for Blue. There's all the songs we didn't have room for.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of tunes on there that we were excited about, but that's kind of the deal with like making a record is like you work really, really hard, and then the label's like, not yet, go back in, do some more. We don't really hear anything yet. And then all the stuff that you really like, you get an opportunity to release it on like the B-sides. So that's what's happening on Black Friday. It'll be out
Oh, nice.
for Record Store Day, and you can get that in a physical copy. But we'll be releasing it digitally in April on Record Store Day in April. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but
We can always bleep it if you can.
yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah,
I don't care. Yeah, but tonight we're rehearsing for Austin City Limits. So we're doing Austin City Limits tomorrow, taping that at the Moody Theater. That'd be a good opportunity for us to play all these songs
Ooh, that's
live with the strings and the horns and the background vocals, and finish up this run, man. I'm going out to LA, doing a residency out there with Chris Dave and Corey Henry at the Blue Note. Then off for the holidays.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How's the residency work? You just get to chill there for like how long?
I think we're doing 4 nights, 2 shows a night.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It'll be fun. Just kind of post up in LA. It's a good opportunity to get together with folks you don't get to see that often,
Yeah. That's cool.
And it's a different thing. It's like a different, we play like jazz fusion. So we just kind of let everything go,
That's cool.
everything hang out.
Just kind of fuck around.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Marcus, thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me,
You
bro.
bought me another week. Now I can survive for one more week and figure it out.
Anytime, brother.
Dude, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Later.